13 hit points. Woo!
No more instant dying.
No.
Takes 2 hits to kill this girl now.
Yeah, Nesbit, like you about got ganked that first tentacle thing.
What was that? 9 points of damage in 1 hit, and you were like,
Yeah. At that moment, I had the struggle of calculating 11 minus 9 because of the. We're like, oh no, what just happened?
We're in trouble.
And considering you are the only one here who has healing word or anything like that.
Yeah, I can see
Or
how,
is
like,
healing word it's not a sorcerer thing? Sorcerers
Not
don't get that
necessarily.
one? Okay.
I believe sorcerers have. I mean, technically, they don't have any healing spells. There's a couple of things that sort of like. I mean, giving someone a shield is technically a form of healing, but like.
Right. Yeah. So there's like you have like
very preventive healing.
You have buff spells, but not
Exactly.
really healing. Yeah.
This is the attack is the best defense kind of rhetoric. If you destroyed it with a fireball, you healed yourself, basically.
Yeah.
Cool. So, as we always do, I would like to ask you guys where we started. And while you do that, I can hear you guys, but I'm quickly going to go grab my water. That's the one thing I forgot. Okay. So go ahead and tell me, where did we, or each other, of course, where did we leave off last time?
Well, our intrepid party were on the road to
So intrepid.
Our intrepid, yeah, we're on the road and we got stopped by a band of I think well-meaning road guards.
Were they well-meaning? I think they were gonna shank us if we didn't talk them down.
Fortunately, we did. Fortunately, we did for a small pay toll of 10 gold and a bushel of apples. So it worked out fine, and the Queen's Guard could continue their duties. So we moved on to the city, where we started exploring a bit. We had Atoli tried to get some dinner, and it didn't work out for him, but that's okay. It was a long shot anyway. We got a brief tour for the price of 1 gold from a little girl named Emma. And then Berlin got a big bag of charcoal and some incense and stuff.
Paid too much, really, for a big bag of charcoal.
He's trying a different tactic. It'll make sense later. And then I'm still learning the names here, but Isabel, your character. Elodie.
Elodie.
She made a trade with Felix and got the rapier.
Yep.
She is ready to be being very, very
ready
nimble.
to be in martial combat.
Martial combat and nimble.
Stab.
And I think we all decided that safety in numbers. If we've all got a reason to be going into the city, then we should.
Yeah,
we know
we're not technically in the city yet. We're in.
Well, I mean, we're in this town, but we're going to go into the city.
What's the town called?
Emberwood Village.
Emberwood Village. Yes.
Yes.
And we met that one like really boisterous salesman.
Yes. Yeah. That's
I don't remember what his name was.
Eldor
the Immense.
He offered. He offered what I think somebody called a bulb of light. He offered a bulb of light, a small, or a little more than I think. At least Nebraska was willing.
Yeah,
to pay.
a little more than what we're willing to offer at this point.
Yeah. I think Nesbit
like
also
gold or something.
Nesbit was also asking about the crystals from the other guy who was just that's just what he does. So.
Orson.
Delirium.
Orson, yeah.
Delirium.
But that's. Did I leave off any? Oh, I did. I've totally left off the fact that we had to fight a tentacle monster.
Yeah, we had to
camp
fight
after I totally showed up with the refugees or people he was escorting out of the city. He turned to a tentacle monster and then slurped down his girlfriend or whatever, and then tried to hug Nespip, and
Yeah, Nesprip almost died.
The risk I took was
Again.
calculated.
Yeah, I'm making a list of every time I get a nat 20. So I had one last session for an insight check, which is how I knew about the tentacle monster, but then I didn't use it. I didn't tell you guys at all. I'm dumb. And then I also am making a list of like a body count. So I did the last blow on this dude, so I'm counting that as a kill reality.
Well, I don't think you wasted it because, like,
Right.
if you're sitting there and we haven't been yet, so this is the first time we've seen it and you've seen it, and so
Yeah,
like, you
I
say,
just feel like she would have said that was a trick of the light. Like no one's
Yeah.
gonna believe me. Like
Yeah.
But I feel like if I would have said it in front of a Totally would have been like, "Oh yeah, that's some shit we need to deal with."
Yeah.
Probably.
But you did.
I don't know.
Oh, we dealt with it. It's fine. Everything's
Yeah, we
fine.
dealt with it.
Everything's fine.
Totally dealt with. No, no gnomes were harmed in the process. Everything's fine.
Easy. It was easy peasy. That girl got squeezy.
So that is indeed that was last session, and the final thing that we did decide is just for the flow of the game that you guys would level up basically on your next long rest, which you haven't done yet technically, but you're probably going to do now that you are in Emberwood Village because you're still walking around. So you haven't slept yet, but basically you will before you will get into any serious danger, because it is starting to get to the end of the day. So we figured just apply the level up now. Before you head out. That is indeed where you are. You spoke to very few people, really. Just to the blacksmith, to Elder Diamants, and to Aaron Marlowe, of course, the guy that's brought you in with the caravan, as well as Emma, the little girl. Other than that, you know of a lot of places in here. You haven't visited any of them. Other than that, if you guys want to take a long rest, you should probably find a place to do so. Because right now, you can sleep on the ground, and it's kind of cold for that.
All right.
So that is where you left off. What are you guys going to do?
So it's getting towards nighttime, is what you're saying.
Evening. It's still daylight, so you got some time. Like the shops and whatnot are still open. Emberwood Village is one of those places that is basically run 24/7 with a bit of discrepancy. People do need to sleep over here, but when they're not sleeping, they're available and open. Most bars run the entire day through like a bit of staff that they have. The watchtower is always active because there's always a guard there. So even in like the late evening, you could probably visit places here.
Well, if it's getting later, and I think we're all starting to feel like long rests coming, I'm gonna look over to Tolly. I think you mentioned last week a bit about finding empty houses.
An empty place to squat. That's basically that's always been living off of for a while.
Yeah.
And yeah,
I think that might be our best bet if we're here. Would there? I guess we haven't really explored this town a whole lot, but is there places within the town that we could find?
Yeah, is there a hideout that you usually go to?
Is that a question to Atoli or to me?
That's what I asked last time, but I didn't get an actual answer from the DM.
So, to reiterate, most probably there is a place, but you don't know of one by yourself. So you have the option of asking around, or to just randomly try and hope that nobody comes home.
Well,
Our boy doesn't know. Our boy doesn't know the snake hole.
I probably know a snake hole or two. I'm tiny in comparison to you guys. So
we're still by the blacksmith, and I'm gonna look over the blacksmith and say, well, it's getting late. We're new in town. Obviously, can tell we've been traveling a while. Is there a place we can hunker down? We don't really have the money for the fancy inn that I see, because we can see over the gilded something. But is there a place we could hunker? Yeah, is there a place we could hunker down? We're pretty self-sufficient here.
So the Gilded Lily doesn't have any rooms, I believe, but
okay, well, there you go.
Well, the Red Lion Hotel does, but yeah, price range what a cup of coffee over there costs like 12 gold. I'd imagine the room prices are like a
Just a
monster.
crime.
You can try though, but you know they. I'd imagine, depending on your budget. Anyways,
I mean, if there's an empty house, I mean, we could hop in there.
anyone that knows about an empty house, you should probably ask Frida. She should probably know. She is the proprietor of the Skull and Sword. It's just down the road.
Interesting. All right. Well, thank you very kindly.
You're welcome.
There you go. I think our next stop will be the Skull and Sword to find a empty house.
Feel like we could have figured that out without bothering the poor man, but you know, it's all right.
Well, if we're picking up from last session, we're all still standing there in front of the blacksmith. So
right? Yeah. Makes
I did-
sense.
I did just pay him
Fast.
10 gold. I did just pay him 10 gold for a bag of charcoal. So
Yeah, you did. The least you could do is give us a recommendation.
No time has passed since last session.
So as you walk over to the Skull and Sword, you'll immediately see why this place is called the Skull and Sword. This is a thing in D&D in general, of course, but also very much so in the world of Drakkenheim. Bars and cafes have the most ridiculous names here and there, but most of them do have a story behind it or something that is sort of like you walk over, it's like, oh, yeah. So the Dragon Head Inn might actually feature a dragon's head. The Skull and Sword is actually no exception to that, because as you walk over to this building, you notice that above the door there is a rather sizable skeleton plus a sword hanging above the door itself. Nobody really knows what this was or why it's here. Everyone sort of accepted it as such, and this is where
Really?
the name comes from.
It's that big of a skeleton, though. It's not human sized.
It's literally giant sized. Yeah,
Okay.
Does it look like real bone?
it absolutely looks like real bone.
Someone
kind
And the sword is real
fancy
because it's rusty.
installation.
That's kind of frightening.
I thought you were gonna say the sword was through the skull, but this is a little bit less macabre.
There will be some
Now,
skullduggery.
wouldn't it be fun to have true resurrection now?
Every single time someone mentions True Resurrection, I have to think of this meme of where someone tries to cast True Resurrection and then points towards someone's armor, and he's like, "What are you gonna do?" And he's like, "You're wearing dragon scale armor, aren't you?"
No. I thought you were gonna say leather, and it was just like a cow or something.
No, dragon scale. That's scary. Like, all right, you guys want to go in there?
Yeah, I mean, that's the next step.
I
Right.
totally will wait
So the-
outside, kind of pacing the nearby buildings and peeking in the windows.
Okay.
So the inside of the Skull and Sword basically is reflected by the outside. It isn't. It's a dingy place. It's probably the beer is probably cheap, judging by the way it looks. It's currently rather quiet, but this totally looks like a place where bar fights happen. As you walk in, you notice that the probably the owner is tending bar right now. She looks like an orc. Looks rather strong, to be honest. Now, orcs do have the tendency to look strong. And as you walk in, she just gives you this sort of like side glance. Not aggressive, not friendly, completely neutral. Hi there.
I respond in Orcish. I say, "Hello there, old chap." But I'm not going to do that.
It's British.
Oh, yeah.
It's a British accent. Hello, old chap.
Hello. Hello, governor.
So I will. So for those of you that are watching like GA's stream, I will clarify this. I believe in our
Jesus
previous
Christ.
campaign we established that Orcish is British.
Yes, it is British.
Yep.
Yes, you're
Orcus is
totally
British.
right.
Yep.
We did establish that.
It is a thing.
Hello.
It's canon now.
It's Canada. That's only in Orcish can you hear the accent, but yeah.
Yeah, to the untrained ear, it's like, you know, and like in
But
Orcish,
really,
like, hello, chap.
Cheerio.
I'm gonna talk normally. I don't know if I can keep it up the whole time, so I'm just gonna talk normally.
No, you have to try. You have to try.
We're all
This
there.
is role play. Come on.
All right, we're coming in. Hello there. We're
Hey,
coming
Governor.
In. Me and my crew here. We're coming in off a long loose travel.
Right.
Yeah. We're really wicked tired. Now I'm going Australian here, but
Wicked tired, man.
can't keep it up.
The world
We're,
keeps spinning.
we're awfully tired. We're trying to find a place to hunker down. Obviously, as you can tell, we've been on the road for quite some time. We don't have the coin for the inn. From what I've heard, that is exorbitantly expensive. And I was told that maybe you might could point us in a direction where we could just have a night's rest. I'm DeBarlin, by the way. if I didn't introduce myself.
Nice to meet you, DeBarlin. My name is Frida Longhorn. I'm the owner and proprietor of the Skull and Sword. That's my husband over there in the back. And she points towards the back. And in the back, you notice that there is a group of people sitting there. They are all equally criminally looking, leather jackets. One is playing with a dagger. It's just like a group of ne'er-do-wells together. A couple of them stand out. One notably being like a halfling that is spinning a drink and is looking very mischievously to the rest of the people there. And the little gentleman that is sitting there looking more rich than the rest. He's wearing expensive leather. He's sitting in the middle of this group. So she points in the general direction of the group. She says, that's my husband over there. His name is Cuff. And we have some customers, I guess. So you need a place to stay. I'm sorry, but listen, there's a lot of people coming through Emberwood Village to Drakkenheim. Everyone needs a place to stay. We got the Red Lion Hotel, but I imagine that's out of your price range.
Yeah, we're pretty hardy people. We just need some place to get out of the wind. Maybe you might know of a empty building in the area. It doesn't matter if it's run down or not. We can make do.
Give me a persuasion check.
Oh.
You need to
Yeah.
roll you're so charismatic. You need to roll higher, dude.
I know.
Yeah, you have such good bonus to that. Why are you rolling like shit?
Listen, I know of one place, but I'm not 100% sure if the owners left or if they are just on the road, but it's empty for now. And should they return and should they complain about you being there, just send them over to me. We're friends and all that. If you go outside, then immediately take a left, then a right, and then a left again. You'll get to the Bark and Buzzards. It's one of our competitors. In the yard behind that, there's a small house. That one is currently empty. Just use that as you will. And she that's the one.
This one. Okay.
Yeah. So she leans behind the bar and she grabs a brass key and slides it over to you. She says, "This was given to me to safeguard it, but it's been a month, and that was longer than what they said they would take. So just don't burn it down or something, please."
Definitely not the plan. Who's in case they do come back? I would like to know who I'm speaking to.
I'm Frida. I told you.
No. I'm talking about the owner of the building.
So let's just say they're called Mr. and Mrs. Smith. All right.
Okay. Mr. and Mrs. Smith. I will keep that in mind.
Great.
And I guess here after we rest up some and we need some liquid encouragement, I suppose this would be a place to come, right?
If you want the best beer that Emberwood Village can offer you, then you're sitting in the right place. We're better than the Gilded Lily by miles, and the Bark and Buzzard is a great place if you want to get tetanus. Beyond that, I think we're the best place to sit.
I am all for non-tetanus beer, so we'll be back. We'll be back.
Very good as much. Take care of yourself.
And then I turn around and I explain our conversation to.
I mean, we were right there.
Well, we were speaking
were you
Orcish.
talking in Orc the whole time?
Yeah, we were talking Orc the whole time.
You didn't switch to Common at all?
Oh
no.
I
I
figured she
was-
would have switched.
Oh.
How
Well,
dare you?
I guess. Well, speaking of orchestra, I was trying to be, it's.
Yeah. I figured
yeah.
you would greet her in Orcish and then you would switch to common, but
Oh,
So,
well,
Elodie-
never mind.
Elodie, quick
What's
question:
up?
Did you go inside as well to just like wait around there?
Yep.
Great. As this
And I was kind
conversation,
of scanning the people, just looking for
As to-
blonde hair.
well, no blonde hair there, but as the conversation is ending, you're noticing that there is a bit of a snickering laughter in the back, and you can't help but notice that they're all looking at you as they're talking.
The fuck? I turn at them, and I just kind of like give them like a stone face, you know what I mean? Just like a you fucking with me? Like that kind of
They're all looking back at you with the
energy.
exact same face.
What do they look like? Is it those people that she pointed
Yeah,
out?
what
they're
what
all
do they
sitting
look like? Are they the people that
We're sitting around the
are they a
husband.
bunch of teens?
Yeah.
Am I
So
being
the-
heckled by teens?
So the husband that was pointed out is not part of the group that is laughing. He is sort of like he's sitting there almost like an accessory. But the rest, there's 2 or 3 pretty mean looking guys, like one with a scar on his face and the other like dressed in leathers, like playing with a dagger. They kind of remind you of the people that you saw on the road, kind of. Like the ones that you saw first, the one that tried to rob you for a crate of apples.
Right. Yeah.
The guy in the middle looks distinctly different because he looks like more cleaned up, but you can see
Mhm.
he's a part of it.
So you say they remind us. I was sitting up front and got a good look of good. I mean, I was talking to the one guy. Is
Yeah.
he sitting over there?
No, it's not the same people, but they dress similarly.
Okay.
I am going to walk over to them and just kind of
Waving a red flag here. Just red flag.
what?
You're outside, so like
I
from
know.
the inside,
Yeah,
you see like
What?
near the window still because you're tiny.
Mhm.
Near the window still, you see like the edge of a red flag flying by.
What, you think I'm gonna get fucking
Murdered?
jumped? With Nabarlin right there? No.
Let's go.
They're not gonna
Well, okay, 2 things. 1, he's a ranger. He doesn't really care. 2, the introduction to this place was. This looks
They
like
have
a
a
place
bar
where
fight.
bar fights
Yes,
happen often.
I know, but these people are laughing at me and I don't like that.
All right,
So,
it's your free will.
I'm gonna go over there and just be like, you got a problem?
As you say that, like one of the tough guys stands up and like gets a little closer to you, and as he takes a step, the guy next to him holds his jacket and he says, no, just sit down, let her talk. What's your name, lassie?
Who wants to know?
Oh, you think you're in that position? I'll humor you. My name's Mel, Blackjack Mel. This is my crew. You? Been a long time since we
Ash.
saw a girl in these places.
That's what you're laughing about?
Oh yeah.
Wow. I really thought sexism was beneath a lot of criminals, but I guess not.
No, I mean you won't last a day in Drakkenheim, so why would we care?
Got it. Okay. Have a great day. I'm gonna turn around and go back.
As you walk away, laughter breaks out as you like leave this conversation. He told you.
And I guess about that time was
I
whenever
am
we.
gonna stab that man. Melody looks furious.
So about that time we
very
finished, I finished
angry.
talking with Frida, and I looked over. I hear him. I'm like, "You making new friends? That's good."
No,
I can-
no.
Oh.
You got. Tell me not to go stab them in the face, please.
Don't stab him in the face just yet. We don't.
Yeah,
we just got here.
tell me not to do that because I really want to go do that.
We probably shouldn't right now. We just got
Okay.
here.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. You're totally right. You're the cool-headed one. Yeah. Okay. And then I walk out.
I look at Frida. That was her name,
Frida.
correct?
Frida, yeah.
Yeah, and
was
I was
making your-
not being. I was not being like I was not whispering to Navarre, and she could have probably
Yeah.
heard me say that.
Yeah, it's like no stabbing. I'm sure that you're no stranger to stabbing, but in this bar, but not today.
That would be the smart decision for now, Frida says.
Yeah. So, and I follow her out, and we're back outside now.
As you're walking
Literally
outside,
the
you just catch a hint.
bartender-
As you walk outside, you catch a hint of the last thing that group is saying, something along the lines of like, probably with her purse instead of a real dagger.
I fucking hate men. I hate men. Okay.
It feels like
Really?
it's being played.
Being a woman in D&D is just not fun. Just kidding. You guys have all been lovely, but like fuck that.
You know, when you start to feel hatred for my characters is when I know I do my roleplay right.
No.
So was everybody? Was it just being her in there, or were the? Because I know Atoli was checking out the area. Were the two of y'all in there too?
Yeah,
or
what
y'all
were
sitting
you
outside?
two doing?
Felix would have been staying close to Atoli,
Okay,
keeping an eye on him.
Wow.
I guess.
Right on our side.
Okay, well, I guess I'd come out there and I'd fill everybody in on the house, shed, whatever we got, where it's at. Do a left, right, left, and get behind the. Come on.
Your new home.
Our new. Are you new? Okay, it's actually labeled.
No. Oh God.
It doesn't look like much,
That's-
but it's home.
Yours also.
That's not a month of disrepair. That is like it looked like that before.
Yeah.
It looked like that when we got here. I would like to know these two buildings that I've been pacing around, or Atoli has been pacing around. Is there anything that would like? Obviously, he's looking at like signs of life or peeking in the windows to see who potentially lives there. What information can you give me on that?
If you've taken a little time, you won't have seen anyone in there probably, but you will have seen signs of people living there. Like a fireplace has been recently used, probably like a little bit of food or produce on the table that hasn't rotted away, so it's probably like relatively fresh. Those two houses are probably lived in.
Okay. No, like fancy equipment of like guard equipment or thug
Give me a perception
equipment. Looking for things that like he would know in terms of running with the Queen of Thieves.
Mm-hmm. No.
Jesus. Nope.
Now you might see maybe there's a sword in there because like a lot of people do carry personal protection here, but nothing that would tip you off as being like, oh, the Queetsmen are here.
Okay, cool.
So what was that? What name did he give me? He gave me like a gang name, like a dumb gang name. Like what was
Wait,
it?
who?
The guy in
Hey,
the tavern.
Just
He
say
didn't
that's
give you
fine.
any
He just-
gang name.
No, he
he's-
gave me a name. He said his
He
name.
gave his own name.
What was the name?
His own name
Blackjack
was
Mel.
Blackjack Mel.
Blackjack Mel, and he said, "This is my crew." He didn't say a name. He just said, "This is my
He
crew."
said, "This is my crew." Like some kind of fucking, I don't know,
Like a
dumbass.
big shot.
50s. Listen, yes, I got this is my crew. He.
Yeah, I got like honestly, like what I want to give him is a New Yorkian accent, but I can't. I really can't do a New Yorkian accent. But it's basically the A-O-A, kind of like that kind of guy, you know? I'm walking here.
I'm walking here.
Is it Jack Black or Black Jack?
Blackjack.
Blackjack.
Well, I'm gonna write Jack Black, and that's how we're gonna refer to him.
He hasn't earned that right.
The
I
new
know, I
home.
know, but-
It looks pretty run
Oh,
down.
I'm
I'm,
on top of you, sorry.
I'm gonna give a look over just to see if there's any structural issues that we want to.
Yeah, is the door locked? It is locked, right?
Is it? Yeah. Is it?
Let me roll for that.
Or roll for locks.
It's well, I wanted to see what, like, you know, I had in my mind, like, you know, you put the key in the door, like the door falls down, like technically.
Yeah, that's what I was kind of thinking. Like, is it? Like...
No, it's locked. So you, like, you know, in terms of safety, yeah, it is locked. Structural integrity of the building is fine. You won't be hard pressed to find places where it isn't leaking, but it's leaking everywhere.
Is it raining right now?
Slightly. There's like a little drizzle.
Hmm.
Is there kind of like a rafters with an escape, like a high up window or something, like an escape route or anything else?
It's a one-story building. The quickest route outside would be through the chimney, I guess. You're small enough to do that.
Or through the door like a normal person?
Yeah, no, I'm just curious. It's like there's any kind of rafters or any like up high
Okay, yeah.
Not
place
really.
to.
The
Okay.
Yeah.
rafter situation.
I guess the last thing is there how many? Is it just the one door in and out?
Yeah.
Okay.
We need a backup.
It's really it's a cabin.
Okay.
So Nabalan, they just gave you some key to a random house without any further questioning or anything?
I kind of explained her situation, and she said that the owners were supposed to be back within a month, but they haven't yet. So she figured she'd let us check it out, and if they come back, to send them her way. I know. It is what it is, but looking at the state of this house, it could be worse. It could be. Let's just say it's not raining now. I say it could be raining, and then it starts raining.
It could be raining, and then it pours.
Totally will definitely start looking for a place that's less leaky.
God damn it. You summoned the weather. You said the thing that it could be worse, and now it's worse.
I want to investigate if I can see any signs of recent struggle fighting inside of the house. As in someone got went into a trap in here.
Sure.
Oh.
Give me an investigation check.
Well, since we're talking, I'm gonna be helping them too.
Nice. With a 19, you will notice that the house has been left in good order. I mean, it's the house isn't in good order, but the house is just probably the way that they left it. You notice that there is like a layer of dust on everything, which would indicate that nobody's been here in a month.
That's kind of how she described it. So
Yeah, just being safe.
No, that's a good idea. Should we set any kind of like trap outside of the house, like, or at the door?
I believe
just
we
to
should
see
be
if-
keeping watch.
or just keep watch.
Yeah.
That's probably just a better idea. Yeah.
And Felix will look for the driest place in the house and set down his
I hate
bedroll.
life.
So
I'll sit in a corner.
we don't hit level 2 officially until we take this long rest, right?
Yeah, technically.
Okay, because I was just trying to figure out because if we are level 2, I'm gonna do something. If we're not level 2, then I'm gonna wait till the tail end of the long rest, if that makes sense.
Sure.
Okay.
Did some ranger get past without a trace?
No,
Not yet.
no, it just just some RP stuff, but doesn't matter.
Mhm.
But I think that's probably. I mean, if we can lock the door, I guess we can lock the door. But
Yeah, I mean, we have the
It would
keys,
work,
so,
yeah.
for what it's worth. But yeah, we should probably take shifts just in case. And if y'all don't mind, I'm gonna take the last shift so I can.
I'll take the first one. I'm all fucking revved up after the fucking encounter. Those dumb men. I'm just gonna be playing that over in my mind. But in this version, I get to punch them in the face.
I can take the second shift.
Take
Okay.
the third.
All right. That sounds like a good sequence. Let's have a look. So because you're inside, like you locked the door as well, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
All right.
For
So
what it's
because it's your first night and you just got here and whatnot, you're gonna be fine. So you can take your guards, which you would logically just keep watch and whatnot, just to be sure. but nothing will happen this night. So all of you can take your long rest. However, Nabardan, I believe you mentioned that you wanted to do something. So in your shift, is there anything that happens?
So I wake up and I go over to, is the fireplace, like, is there like a fireplace? I'm assuming that was the stone. If it was a stone portion, it'd be a fireplace.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm going to go over there and I take out 10 copper coins, put them into the fireplace, and then put it in my charcoal. Most of the bag. Not all the whole bag, but in most of the bag. And actually, before I do that, I'm going to look at the fireplace, make sure that it can hold a fire.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
Okay.
It's a fireplace made for a fire, luckily, because that's what fireplaces are for.
Okay, well then I light the fire and so this is part of the background. So Nabarro, when he wakes up, he's had his long rest. He's feeling he can focus now. He hasn't been able to focus the way he's used to for the entire time he's been on the continent. He hasn't been able to focus, but now he wakes up. He feels rejuvenated beyond just a long rest. He feels more, I don't know, but he just feels like himself again, and he's able to just tell something's different. And we've all leveled up, so that's kind of the level up here. But now he goes over and does the stuff with the fire. He lights it, and he starts reading from his little book again. Starts reading from his little book, and he says a little prayer. He's sitting there for he's sitting there for like an hour doing this too, and towards the end of the hour, probably about hour and 10 minutes ish, hour and 10 minutes ish, he starts saying a little prayer, and he asks, I'm just gonna see, I guess I should ask before say this. Would anybody be able to hear this? Is anybody awake to hear this?
I think I would be awake, but I would be pretending that I was asleep.
Wait, when are you doing this? At which time?
It's the last shift, so it's like at the end of the long rest.
I would have also gone to sleep.
Yeah, Tolly would probably hear that.
Okay.
But
well, then he
also faking to be asleep.
Okay. Well,
I'm so glad you guys
we
trust
make
each
eye
other.
contact.
Yeah. Well, it's the end of the long, and it's not, like, it doesn't really matter a lot. But before I try and think of a prayer here, let's wait until I hear it. So he says, Father Rebirth, please look upon our party as we continue our journey into the city in the following days. Bless us with your guidance and your insight, and please send us help from an old friend. And then with that, he sprinkles in incense and herbs into the fire.
Mm-hmm.
So he can cast.
You're gonna have another animal friend.
He casts help from an old friend, which has the exact same stats as Find Familiar, but because it's an old friend, it's a familiar that is.
Are you bringing Thistle back? What's happening?
a black raven bursts out of the fireplace.
This man has nothing that's his own. Everything belonged to his grandfather.
Bursts out of the fireplace and opens her mouth and has a warbly kind of sounds almost like a record, and says, "This is Thistle. Have you arrived yet?" And I'll tell her, "Yes, I have." But that was
Let me get Thistle.
Thistle can talk now? Could
she
she talk before?
She has mimicry, so it's only very.
Oh, okay.
She can
right.
repeat short phrases.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm like, I'm pretty sure she couldn't talk before. This is the level up for Thistle as well.
Oh, she could. We only time
we just never really. It never came up.
Well, no, we used it one time at the very beginning where Tugel was asking about her, and she repeated what I said.
Right. Yes, I do remember that.
And blip, there she is.
It's good to be back.
It's almost like we're there again.
Yay. But that's it. And
Why does the little one say Felix? Oh no. That's just your label. Okay, I see. It's our mouse. Our mouses have names on them, and it was right over. Someone it looked like his name. Her name was Felix.
They did last time too.
that was it. That was the end. I'm gonna collect my little copper coins and put in my pocket now.
All right. Night turns back into day. All of you are on level 2, and luckily the rain has stopped, except for a light drizzle.
Would any one of you wake me up?
Oh,
will
yeah,
it
you're
just let
sleeping
me
in.
rest?
Oh yeah. How late were you up tinkering? Like, what were you doing?
I was up to
Because
basically.
I was the first watch. Would we have said anything? Would we have had any interaction, or you would have just been silently?
I
Please
would
tell
have
me.
been walking.
Tink.
Please tell me you were fixing the house.
No, I was doing my own stuff. I've been tinkering with my armor and with my shield.
He was doing important things.
Yes.
I think I would have maybe asked you like one question, like maybe something like, what are you working on there?
My shield.
And that would have been it.
Great conversation.
10
10 out of 10.
Just
We'll
sort of
talk again.
nodded and been like, okay, yeah, this guy is a man of few words. I won't torture him. I can respect it.
Is he awake now?
Are you guys waking me up or just letting me sleep?
Oh yeah, I
Yeah, we're
would
getting up.
not-
We get.
I wouldn't.
Yeah.
I wouldn't wake you up, but
Okay.
I would. I'd say Nesbit, say, hey, buddy.
Um,
You need to roll. You know what
I
you
need
need
to roll. Yeah.
are we
Okay.
rolling
I'm
privately?
waking up. As tired as
So
ever,
interesting.
but nothing else.
Yep.
Okay. One of these days, we're just gonna try to wake you up, and you're just not gonna wake up. You'll be like, "Uh-oh!" He's rolling to see if he has sleep paralysis, like every time.
He opens his eyes. Not today's demons. Not today. No.
Not today.
Okay. Well,
I think I would wake up, and then a little bit later you would like hear my stomach rumble. Like, I'm so hungry. Like, I'm starving. Let's get some friggin' food. That's what's on my mind.
so you want to try and find somewhere to eat?
Yeah, I mean, I would probably. Oh, I don't know if I want to go back there.
We can just go to the Bark Buzzard.
Yeah,
It's closer.
I think we might risk the tetanus. Those jerks, I can't take another interaction with them. All right. Yeah, I think I would probably just be like, I'm going to get some food, and then just leave. If anyone followed me, then they could, but I'd probably just leave and go to the Barking Buzzard. It's probably around like 7:30, maybe 8.
It's early morning. So the Bargain Buzzard is also a relatively simple bar, if you will, where the skull and sword has more of a intimidating presence, probably because of the skull and the sword. The Bargain Buzzard is a little bit more peaceful. It is one of those bars that you would imagine is, or probably was in olden days, the bar for the people in Emberwood Village. This is probably like the homestay for a lot of people. You can immediately see why this place is called the Bargain Buzzard, because instead of the Gilded Lily and the Skull and Sword, this one actually has a sign hanging outside. The sign itself looks rather macabre, but immediately tells you why this place is called the way it is.
Oh, Jesus. Okay. Yeah.
Yep, tetanus.
100% tetanus. What is this text on the...
What is what text?
The text on the arch? Is that supposed to be, like, common, or is that not common?
On the sign itself.
Yeah.
Uh,
No,
I
on
believe
the
it's-
on the arch above the sign. There's like a little
Yeah,
arch and
it's
something's etched into it.
it probably said something at some point, but it's been weathered and it is completely unread.
Oh, okay. Okay.
You would imagine it probably said something along the lines of the bark and buzzard.
Yeah, that makes sense. Is this this is painted?
It's painted, yeah.
Oh, cool. We got some artists.
It's not an actual dog and an actual vulture stuck onto it.
No,
some-
no,
like
no.
some sort of
No, I was like, it looks kind of like a photo, but I know that's not a thing. So, all right, I'll walk in.
All right. As you walk in, you notice that there is a small argument going on right now.
Mm.
There is someone standing near the bar and someone behind the bar. And the person standing near the bar says, "What do you mean you don't have any beer? Like, I know it's early, but I've been up all night. I want a drink, and then I'll leave. What's you're a bar, right?" Looking at this person that is saying this, you will immediately notice that this is a tiefling.
Oh.
The tiefling has rather stark dark blue hair and two brown horns that are sticking out of it, almost looking like boats or canoes on like wavy water. She
Cute.
has a certain practicality to the way she dresses.
I'm just gonna let that develop. I'm gonna, I'll step up to the counter, but I'm gonna let these two duke it out.
All right. As you leave this conversation for happening, the lady behind the bar says, "I'm terribly sorry. Like, the delivery is late. It should be coming. One of our caravaneers, Aaron, has arrived yesterday. I'm pretty sure he's coming around today. We're just fresh out. I'm sorry. Like, I usually don't want to point you at other places, but have a look at the Skull and Sword. I probably have something to drink, or maybe the Red Lion Hotel. You said you were staying there."
That's all.
River
It
just-
looks from under his hood up towards her, and it's like in like a little bit deeper voice than normal. Be like, "Don't you have something to study anyway?"
River looks over at Atoli and grins slightly. You're not wearing the amethyst robes, of course, but there is just a sort of kinship between people that use magic that she recognizes. No, I'm busy. It's never mind. Okay. I'll just go back to the hotel. It's whatever. And she just turns around and looks at all of you. I'm sorry. Were you guys coming in for a drink? She doesn't have beer. Can you believe that?
Yeah,
I mean, it is 7:30 in the morning, so
I've been up all night. For me, it's like,
I'm just gonna let her sit in that silence.
I'm totally kind of waiting for her to finish it as well. It's like,
Yeah.
what?
and there is this awkward silence indeed for like quite a while as she looks at all of you, and then she gets this sort of like cue of like, I should probably say something.
River, you need sleep.
Are you okay?
Yeah, I'm sorry. Long day. Hi, my name is River, and I'll tell you, what are you doing here?
I'm heading into the city.
You know each other.
Yeah, old study mates, I guess.
Something like that.
Yeah.
Did you
Good to
just
see
come
you.
from the city?
Running things for the Amethyst Academy. Nothing that concerns you for now. Sorry, your name was?
Elodie.
Elodie. I don't want to be that girl, but are you a little young to go into Drakkenheim?
Aren't you a little bit young to be drinking beer?
Oh God, she doesn't
Especially
know how
at
age.
8
She
in the
doesn't know how
morning.
age works with tieflings. I appreciate your concern,
You.
but She
no, I
murmurs
don't
that
know
under her
how
breath.
age works with tieflings. That's the first tiefling I've ever seen.
You've never seen tieflings before?
No?
Oh, well. Hi, I'm a tiefling. I'm not scary. I'm not a demon.
I didn't say you were either of those
No,
things.
it's just a thing I always need to tell people because people are like, "Oh, horns and red eyes. Ooh, scary." I'm not scary.
Kind
And
of
yeah,
the
I do
opposite of
magic,
a
whatever. Well, thank you.
You do magic?
demon.
I work for the Amethyst Academy. Of course I do.
Oh, okay. Stop fucking laughing, Atoll.
He suppresses his laughter slowly.
Listen, I gotta run. I'm gonna go to the Red Lion Hotel. The Amethyst Academy booked a room for me over there. If you're going into Drakkenheim,
Cool.
watch out, please. And if you come back, want to catch up? Maybe she says so. Totally.
I always come back, and only if you're buying.
Well, that would be the academy buying.
That works fine for me.
Sure. Bring your friends. Like, I'd love to meet them.
Sure.
Like more like over a beer that they have. I'll see you guys around, she says, as she just sort of like walks away.
I'd give a wave and watch her leave.
She has a certain strut to her like her pacing is very determined. She's a very determined walk.
Did I catch that she's wearing purple, like the amethyst?
So she is definitely wearing a purple attire, but it is definitely not the Amethyst robes. Everyone will have at some point in their life probably seen the Amethyst Academy's robes if you're from around here. They're very easy to spot. They're very like robe-ish, like magic users would wear, and there's usually like a big eye on it. That is not what she's wearing. The colors are the same, so you could see that she is affiliated with the academy, but her outfit is definitely more. No, it's more practical. It's like a long leather raincoat.
That makes sense.
Which is way more practical in like ruins than a robe would ever be.
Yeah. She seemed a little feisty. I say that to Atoli as I walk up to the counter.
She's arguably the nicest tiefling you'll ever run into. Unless you piss her off, of course.
Try not to do that. Do you have any breakfast?
Well, that we do. What would you like?
What do you have?
Gosh, I can whip up some pancakes.
Oh my god, that would be amazing.
Sure. For how many?
I know. I mean, for me, but I point to the people behind me. The 5, I guess.
Sure. That'll be 5 gold.
I can pay 1 gold. Anybody else?
Yeah, I'll pay my
He
way.
speaks for himself.
Yeah.
Me as well.
Wonderful.
Man,
She serves us some pancakes, which are really good quality.
Oh, okay. All right, Barkin' Buzzard. You're already way better than the other one. This is the superior tavern.
As we were walking over, Barwin's still reading through his book, and as we sit down to have our pancakes, he says, if you can all indulge me for just a moment, I'd like to say a quick prayer.
I'm eating.
Yeah, I'm like 2 bites in already.
Okay, they're all going. He's just doing it anyway. He goes, "Our Father of Rebirth, please bless this food and help open our eyes to new sights and sounds and senses. Amen." And so he cast. There we go. Come on. No, come on.
I can just see Nesbit like cheeks full of pancake, being like, "Oh,
yeah, we're like two spoonsfuls, forkfuls deep
So
at
he
least.
casts help from a loose sense, which allows him to see any sort of mystical magic stuff in the area.
So interestingly enough, I think at this point, River will be too far away for that spell to affect her. Interestingly enough, there is a magical item nearby. This is really funny. It is just outside the house, in between the Bark and Buzzard and your home.
Oh. What do I see?
What do your ranger eyes see?
What do my ranger eyes see?
It's the
Let's see, so
armor.
you see a faint aura around the creature or object in the area, and you learn the School of Magic. So, if memory serves, I believe this is conjuration magic, but you'll
It's
see the shape,
divination. Oh no. Yeah.
and you will see the shape of a rather bulky human.
Huh. A bulky human out back of Bark and Buzzard. That's what you're saying.
Yes, yeah,
Well,
and it's standing perfectly still as well.
And you're the only one who sees the aura. Or is the aura visible to everyone?
yeah, no, it's just visible to me, but everybody can see the big bulky figure. They just see a bulky dude out there, but I can tell that it's some kind of conjuration.
Oh,
You're the only one that can see that aura. And you can see the object, of course, if it's not invisible.
Yeah.
But you're the only one that can see the aura.
Okay.
I mean, we're currently sitting inside the tavern, so we don't see it with our normal eyes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You didn't strike me as a holy man, Barlin. Who's this great rebirth person? Unless that is something that I would know as a character. I don't know.
You wouldn't. It's
Sorry, no, you were sitting like extremely still. I was like, "Are you still there?" But you are.
No, I'm here. No,
Yeah.
you wouldn't know. This is from the old country. This is from the Faerun.
Oh, okay.
So
Okay.
so you wouldn't know. Yeah.
Okay.
Hey, yo, this is from the old country.
Hey, yo!
Hey, I'm mocking you.
The
Atoli
Barlow
would be
Corleone.
Atoli would be walking up to the bar and asking for like any stale bread or anything that's ready to be thrown away, like a handout.
Sure. Give me a persuasion check, because that is still begging, but it's like that's
I know.
sure.
Oof.
Yeah.
Gosh, like I don't want to. I hope you don't take this the wrong way, but you're one of many that comes through, and everybody's asking for a handout. But you know what? Sure, here. And she gives you like a loaf of bread that is only just starting to get moldy.
He takes it like carefully and gently and offers her like repayment, of course, in double.
Oh, okay. That will be like for like a bread that will be like around a silver, so that would be 2 silver. If you double that, that would be 4 silver.
We'll make it 10.
If you okay, so a gold. If you give her gold for that, she will be extremely pleased. So if you give that, she's like, "Wow, I'm."
No,
Okay.
see, that's the thing. He doesn't have it at any point. Like it's promise of repayment
Oh, so you promise her like I'll give you like money back.
for the stale bread, of course.
Well, it's better than nothing. Makes it feel
Like we've
like a little less
established,
than a handout.
this man has nothing.
He's got nothing but the clothes on his back.
You're IOUing yourself through this.
I mean, you obviously know his background, so yeah.
Yeah. Well, it's a better promise than just asking for a handout and then leaving. Thank you, I guess.
He bows his head like slowly and walks out again to eat outside.
Eat outside. Weird.
What?
Dude. All right.
So what is in the back? Like Thistle, while we're sitting there eating, Thistle walked out and looked over at, because I'm assuming I could just see the aura, but Thistle went outside and to see what is actually there. So
sure. So if you go outside, in between these buildings, there is a perfectly still standing suit of armor.
Oh, that's the armor. That's the armor that we could just that she said to kick or whatever, to beat up, and it just puts stuff back together.
Yep.
Oh, right. Yes, she did talk about that armor. God, you're dumb. Yeah, I would have asked about like you're a man of the cloth.
No, but my father was.
Oh,
Yeah.
interesting.
He was a paladin of our faith, and if it's kind of rubbed off on me, I like to keep it up. Although
Alright.
our Father of Rebirth does offer rebirth to anyone willing to make a pilgrimage. Maybe once we're
Is
done
this
here,
your pilgrimage, or is this just a side
no,
quest?
the pilgrimage is on my home continent.
Oh, you're not from here.
The continent.
The continent.
This-
You're
you
from
call,
this
like-
continent. You're from a different continent.
Yeah, well, I think I probably would have explained that I'm from a different.
Right, you would
continent.
have said that on the 2-week journey.
Yeah.
Right, I would have
just-
been like,
and
oh
just for,
yeah, I remember.
Just for roleplay purposes, because this is not in the player handout, I believe. So, but this is something that you living here would probably know. If you are on the far shores of the continent, specifically more towards the southwest, on a very clear day, in the very distance, you will see the outskirts of another land. But almost no one goes there, but people that trade. They say they go there. There's no definite proof of anything coming from there. Like, oh, this is definitely from another land. So it's whispers at best. People say that they come from there, exist, like the Barlin, but unless you have definite proof of that, there's not really any proof that there is anything beyond this continent.
So I could just be BSing.
It could very well be just another bullshit story.
Yeah. Like, okay, yeah, another guy who says he's from the continent, from the other continent. Anyway, I haven't heard of that faith before. It must be more of a thing where you're from.
It is. It's part of my family's beliefs. Yeah.
Hmm.
Anyway, this was delicious. Great idea. Ability. Get up and walk out.
So as you walk out
You
the
just
Bargain
sat
Buzzard,
down to eat.
No. Keep in mind, y'all were all while y'all were because I was starting this while we're doing. I had the book like this.
Oh,
that's what I'm
okay.
reading. Yeah.
as you walk outside, the town is slowly starting to come to life. So there are some people walking around. Now that you're on this side of the town, I think it's fair to also mention that towards the south, from where you are standing right now, is a bit of a farmland. And this farmland is completely dilapidated. Emma did point out that there is a farm over there. You can see it now with your own eyes. It's basically just an old farmland that probably hasn't turned crops in many, many years. There is an old barn over there as well, but what you notice predominantly is that there are a whole bunch of tents over there, each with their own campfire. So there's like a whole bunch of smoke rising from there. There is a bit of life over there as well, and it seems distinctly separated from the village, as if people don't want to be there. It's sort of like an own commune. Now that you're here, you can see that, so that's why I wanted to give you that. Beyond that, the town is starting to come to life.
Hey, Nabalin, do you want to take a look at the armor?
Yeah, might as well. Let's go see what's going on here.
I'm gonna scurry ahead because I'm excited to look at that thing.
So it is a pretty suit of armor. A bit worse for wear, could use a little polish. But if this were polished, it was probably a very good suit of armor at some point. It is perfectly standing still there. Its hands interlock the fingers, resting on top of what should be a sword. There's just no weapon there.
Can I try to hit its kneecap with my hammer?
Absolutely. Make me an attack roll.
You don't want us to know if you succeeded.
So
Oh,
that does hit on this armor.
okay. Then.
So you do 1 damage. As you hit it in the kneecap, you will hear like a crunching sound of metal, a little bit like it sort of edges to the side and back, and the armor just slowly turns towards you, lowers its head a little bit towards you, and says, "It's just a flesh wound." and just moves his head back up.
No, you did not.
This is not my thing. This is actually in the thing.
They put it in there because.
That is a
I was like, that is
beautiful.
God bless.
such a good call.
Yeah.
God bless.
I will look down at Nesbitt. I'm like, I'm gonna reach up and try and remove the helmet.
It is stuck on there.
Oh, I can't pull it off.
No, it's stuck on there. You're noticing that. Well, I mean, it'll probably give way just a little bit, but you're noticing, like, the feeling of very strong magnets. It's stuck to the armor.
Okay. Huh.
Can I try to find out what is keeping it together? Is it magic? Is it something else? Or
Yeah, because you haven't seen the aura. So how do you want to approach finding out what that is? Like, do you want to look if you can find any bolts or?
I want to look if I can find any bolts, if I can find any inscribing runes or something like that. Yeah.
Nesbitt, would you explain what you're doing, or are you just looking at it? Because
I want to figure out how this thing. Why is it there? Why is it not falling over?
well,
So I want to.
I'll explain that. I'm not sure what it is, but I know it's a conjuration spell.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's it. And I think with that, you can still do your investigation if you wanted to learn more about it, see if you can find anything. But I think if he tells you it's conjuration magic, you might already have a good hint at what this is keeping this together. Conjuration magic. But you can still do an investigation check should you want to.
Maybe to figure out the source or where the magic was cast from, where it came from, maybe. But
That's an Arcana check, but you can do that too.
okay. Oh, god damn it.
Our rolls are very low today.
Yeah.
Just not doing well.
So that is a natural one. You take a long, hard look at it, and I think at this point, you just give like a stink eye to Nibarlan, almost like you're feeling that he's trying to misguide you. This is not magic. This is just normal craftsmanship.
I'm just gonna look up to you in your eyes, shake my head, and walk away.
I love natural ones, man.
Okay, well, I
We have a city
don't
to
know what
build.
just I don't know what just happened there, so gonna leave it there.
By the time you guys are done, I'm coming out of the inn. Okay. Well, what do we do now?
Guess we're all here for a reason.
If you're just
What-
about
what-
ready,
what-
we can head into Drakkenheim finally.
Yeah.
You just want to go in there, no plan, just
What
What
done
do you
every
want
other
to plan
time I've gone
for?
in there.
you've never had a plan when you went in there?
You cannot plan for Drakkenheim.
Not even like this is a goal, like
You go for something specifically, you have your mindset on something, you might just end up staying too long and missing a point door. You end up corrupted because you... No, you cannot.
I mean, I want to probably collect some of the crystals
That's not
Yeah,
for
going to
I
be
money
a
and
problem.
research.
We will,
I think,
we will find them.
Yeah, I think that's I think doing let's just say I don't know if I'll call it scout, but at least poke around, see what we can find. Don't go too far into the city. Let's try and stay near the entrances. Not go too far, but let's at least get a bearing for what we're dealing with. That way, if we need to, we can hightail it out real quick. Like I said, that's the plan. We based on a discussion about plans, we'll see how that goes. But that's the plan. Go poke around the entrance to the city, see what we're up against, see what's going on, find some crystals if we can, try and get some gold to get some better supplies before we try and move further into the city.
There's
Okay.
not a chance that we'll find any gold directly in the outer edges of Drakkenheim, because everything will have most likely been picked clean already. But if we're
I think
lucky,
if I-
we'll chance upon some crystals and maybe make something out
Exactly.
of that.
That's sounds like a plan to me.
In that case, Mr. Atuli, would you lead the way?
Yeah,
He
you seem
takes
to.
in he totally takes in a deep breath and then readjusts his hood and starts heading for the I believe it was the Champion's Way that had the horse.
That would be Champion's Way, I believe. Let me have a look. Yes, that would be Champion's Way.
Well, in that case, he'll start leading the party down the Champion's Way.
One more thing before you go there, I need to know how you exit the village. You will need to go to this road. So, are you going through the caravan court, or are you going through the back road?
Let's go the back roads. It's faster.
Yeah, I would rather take the back road.
All right.
Yeah.
In that case,
I'll say, I guess if Atoli's leading the way over to the thing, we'll be following him. So if he's going the back road, then we're going back road.
sounds good. Then nothing happens over here, and you will leave Emberwood Village for the city.
We missed an event!
Meaning-
Yay!
I love missing interactions.
Especially when it comes back to bite you in the ass at some point. Welcome to Drakkenheim. There's so much like to unravel. Like you're bound to miss things, which is fine. All right, so you walk out of Emberwood Village and towards Drakkenheim. Now, mind you, Emberwood Village is about 2 miles away from Drakkenheim. This is one of the reasons why Emberwood Village is still a safe haven, if you will, because this perpetual mist, this haze that is hanging around the city, permeates from the crater and goes as far as 2 miles outside of Drakkenheim. Because of this, Emberwood Village is still safe on the brink of this mist. And it's one of the reasons why a lot of people do like to go there before venturing into the city. But it's still a bit of a walk. 2 miles is like not an entire day's walk worth, of course, but it is a bit of a hike. As you walk towards the city, the most logical approach would indeed be Champion's Way, as Atoli just mentioned. A couple of things
Perhaps
about
take
this.
maybe a 5-minute bio break, because this seems like a good point for that.
Absolutely, because I got a lot to cover over here. We can definitely take a bio break.
Yep.
I'd like that.
Sure. Then let's take a break, and we will be back in about 5 minutes.
Okay.
Delirium, sweet
Okey-dokey.
delirium.
Yeah, check Messenger.
Den døde af gul. Døde du med? Ja. Af hvad? Jeg tror også, det er gul. Stemmer. Yellow. Green. Oh. Black.
I just realized I misspelt Guardian Angels in my video with little credits in that video. I realized I misspelled it. I spelled it with an S, not a Z. Just now realizing that.
Det er på grund af mig. Black.
God damn.
I know. Sorry, dude.
I really did love that. Like that was really cool.
You know, it's the if you ever get, for those who don't know, it's a meme where it's like it's every movie ending like 2007 Michael Bay's Transformers, and that's how they all end is with that play out. So there's a whole meme where they have the playouts of movies with that.
Background music for like Drakkenheim. The playlist you got here is so good. Like it's so chill.
Yeah, and there's more to come. Like the music is I got about 3 hours worth of music in total for Drakkenheim, and I mean I don't want to toot my own horn, but I think most of my music is very like area appropriate. The music will tell you like what kind of situation you're getting into.
Right.
It's gonna be interesting to see what you missed. Or what happens because you missed something.
I think, honestly, with this campaign, I think there's a lot of things we're going to miss, and some things that others have missed that we will get. And some, like this, as far as I'm aware, this is a huge campaign.
Yeah, and the thing is, beyond the rough plot that is there, which there's not one plot, there's 4 of them. That sort of intertwine. 5 technically, because this is small extra. And then there's your personal quests and stories that sort of tie them together. Whatever you do drives the story, and that's the same in Curse of Strahd, for example. But Curse of Strahd still has sort of like a logical outcome, 1 of 4.
It's still linear, right? Like it to some degree.
No, Curse of Strahd is not linear, but it is modular. So whenever you hit a module, that module itself kind of plays out the way that, you know, with all the facts around it, that is how it's going to play out. With Drakkenheim, every time you guys do something, the rest of the modules change. So There's a lot. Like, I honestly don't know what's going to happen. Who's going to be your friend? Who's going to be your foe? That's all up to you. And they're all good choices. That's the thing. There's no logical good choice. There is just what is logical for you guys as characters. That's going to make the story, and that is very fun for me because I honestly don't know what to prep unless you play and I see things happening. I'm like, okay, so that needs to be set ready, and that's fun. Like, it's a way different way of DMing, but I'm really enjoying it because it makes the story a lot more about you guys rather than you guys in a story.
Yeah. All right, we're all back.
All right. So yeah, a bit of story time because wow, the map of Drakkenheim. So a couple of things now that we're looking at the map. First off, 15 years ago, the meteor crashed into the city, and as you look at this map, you can clearly see it was on the inside of the city. The city itself basically has two large areas: the inner city and the outer city. The inner city is the area that constitutes everything within the city walls. Within the city walls are a couple of very well-known locations. For example, of course, Castle Draken, the large looming castle, which can be easily seen even from outside the city, well outside the city, because its spires still stick way above the city's walls. Mind you, this is not because the castle is extremely large, but the castle is situated on a little hill, like upward incline, and because of that, it is still one of the highest points of Drakkenheim. And even on a non-clear day, you can still see its spires. But there's other points of reference that you can see from well far away. One of them would be the inscrutable tower, one of the bastions of the Amethyst Academy in the city of Drakkenheim. The tower itself was hit by the meteor when the meteor came down. It actually cleaved right through the tower, but in sheer defiance of gravity, the top part of the tower is still sort of floating there. And there's just like an opening in between the rubbish that is just floating around there. Something really went wrong there. The tower can still be seen. Other than that, the Cathedral of St. Vitruvio is a very clear point that you can see. Its spires of the cathedral itself sticking way high above the city walls as well. The interesting thing about Drakkenheim and the way that Drakkenheim grew as a city was because of its commerce. The 5 major roads that lead into Drakkenheim all convened in the exact middle of the city, near the market square. And because of this, they made the city in such a way that all of the bridges crossing the large, mighty Dran River that runs right through the city are all within the city walls. This was mostly just a choice of taxes, a way to earn from the people that are coming to the city. Because if one would want to go from one side of the Dran River to the other side, one would actually have to go into the inner city and cross a bridge over there. For there are no bridges outside of the city walls. Going into the inner city means going through one of the gates. Going through the gates means a gate tax. And that is how Drakkenheim got most of its money from all of its wealthy traders. So one of the areas is the area within its city walls. But outside, you still have a rather large area, which is where most of the common folk lived and worked sometimes. These areas are known as the Sprawl and the Spokes. These are the 2 large areas. It's just buildings upon buildings, mostly made of wood, that sprawled up over time outside the city. When a meteor hit, most of these areas burned to the ground or just were destroyed. So the areas are still there. There is the odd building still standing, but a lot of it is just destroyed and dilapidated. The situation within the city walls, of course, is anyone's guess, unless you've been there. The 5 roads that are leading into the city are well-known, well-traveled roads. Used to be, at least. One such road is Champion's Way, the one that you are currently following towards the city. But the other ones are Temple Road, Shepherd's Way, the Academy Street, and King's Road. All of these go to their respective gates, named after the roads themselves. I think it is common knowledge. I know it is common knowledge. One of these gates is held by the Hooded Lanterns. That will be the Shepherd's Gate. That one is held by the Hooded Lanterns and would be potentially a safe entrance into the walled area of the city. The state of the other gates, I think, within your party is unknown. As you are approaching the city, as I said, you are coming through the Champion's Way. What is your plan? What do you want to do with the city?
Well, as they're walking, Barlin reaches into his pockets and he gets a grin, pulls out a little berry and gives it to Thistle, who just kind of holds on to it. Hold on a second.
It's always smart to have a berry with you.
Because he just so he gives it Thistle, who is just holding on to it and just kind of just doesn't eat it, but just holds on to it.
All right.
And so is Champion's Way the one with the horse? Cause
Yeah. So it's only
Yeah,
her
so-
leading them towards the horse because he overheard that they would have to. Well, they haven't seen it. He has, and obviously they need to kick the horse as well if they're all going in together.
Yeah.
So the horse itself is located right here on this crossroad, coming from Ember Village and leading into Champion's Way. It is lying there like on the ground. The horse itself, as legend would have it, died when the meteor hit, but the corpse hasn't deteriorated at all. It's a dead horse for sure, but it hasn't rotted away at all.
As they arrive at the horse, it totally, like, without saying anything, just walks straight on up and kicks the horse. And then moves on a few more steps while waiting for the rest of them.
I'm gonna look at the horse, and if it's not right at all, can I determine how it died? Is there any marks of how it died?
Absolutely. It was hit by a piece of the meteor. So it like in its neck there is like a hole where probably a piece of delirium or meteorite was. It has since obviously been stolen
Oh,
or taken. It's not technically theft from a horse when it's dead.
well, I'm gonna pat it and then kick it.
Okay.
I'll give it a gentle kick. Just walk on by.
It
Yes,
looks a bit bewildered and probably will just go ahead and walk by it. He doesn't believe in such nonsense.
Well, so
What about you, Nisbet?
on the same thing is Nisbet.
I would. Would I kick it? You have heard that only from the
The blacksmith, I believe, was the one that told you, right?
Yeah. It was
Okay.
Ernest, or Erlen, or what his face, the trader.
Oh, and Marlowe was the one that
Marlowe,
told you.
yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
true,
Marlowe
yeah.
told us about it. Yeah.
And he was a
Yeah.
good guy.
Then I would probably go there,
Is. He's
look at
still
it,
alive.
kick it
Alright.
lightly, and then move on.
The totally will look
Cool.
towards Felix and like, it's your funeral.
So
I won't have to pay for it, so
at least he has the money for it, totally. So
He'll just smile. He'll just smile and say, "Well, I won't either."
So moving a little further up, you're basically entering the city outer area. So you're entering the spokes right now. There's a couple of things to consider here. First off, I don't know what you guys are doing. You're going to Drakkenheim. Great. I still don't know what you guys are doing. So you can tell me what you guys are looking for, what you guys are intending to do. So that is a one. Two, I would like to know how you are going to approach this. There's a lot of things to consider. This whole city, as you might have learned, is potentially dangerous. There are areas where there is literally nothing. Destroyed buildings, empty streets. But turn a corner and you might just run into a troll. Like, you never know. This is something that I think is imprinted upon all five of you. This is potentially dangerous. And that is something you should probably consider while traveling. As such, I would like to know details like, are you traveling on the main road? Champion's Way is a very big open road. If you walk in the middle, everyone can see you potentially.
So
but that can be a tactic.
Having done this like several times before, Atoli's usual tactic is like getting closer, just walking the main road to run into potential traders or anybody else coming from the city that might need assistance or is an easy target. Depends on his mood. But once coming closer to the city, he'll start heading a bit more off-road, like between outlying buildings and making sure that, peeking every corner before actually moving around. Like, he's very cautious moving into this area.
All right. What about the rest?
Nebarlin, I
Well-
mean, he's here on sightseeing ostensibly, but he's still not stupid. He's a ranger. A lot of his background is scouting and cleanup, so he's going to be also stealthing. I mean, he's going to be off the off the main road. He's not going to be walking down the middle. He's going to be somewhere where he can duck and get down if he needs to.
Okay.
Well, Felix will definitely be following GA closely. Or, I'm sorry, every time I forget the name, Atoli. He would be following him closely, and he would probably try to be inconspicuous about it, but he would mostly be just looking around for something to scavenge, something interesting. He's mostly here for the money right now. So, yeah, he is keeping an eye out for valuables.
Okay.
I would-
Anything else that you guys want to consider?
But before we get there, Nabarlin, I will be getting my rope out and tying it into it's a 2-loop harness
Mhm.
for that you can put over your shoulders, somebody else's shoulders, and it pulls it tight. So that if someone's trying to lay there and not move, you can pull them pretty easily. Just an off chance that we need to haul butt, somebody can't run.
So consider it.
You're gonna pull us by rope instead of carrying us? That seems weird.
Well,
They can also just leave you there.
some
keep
of us
in mind. Well, in Nespip's case, maybe we could just carry him.
And SP also wanted to say something. What was that?
I would probably also follow Atoli's lead because I have no clue how the city works, what's happening in there right now. And I would mainly look out for delirium shards, even if it's just really small ones which aren't worth much.
All right. So you're taking the back roads. You're taking it slow, so you're not rushing. You're being cautious, and you're basically on the lookout for either valuables and or delirium, which can be the same thing, of course, but like anything would be interesting right now, right? Cool. Luckily for all of you, it seems that you have come into Drakkenheim, at least the area that you're walking around right now, on a relatively slow day, if you will. Most of the buildings that you are walking around have been completely burned away. A couple of them are still partially standing, but you can see that they've either been like completely neglected, roofs collapsed and whatnot. It's just not a pretty sight. Around those buildings, you also don't really spot any valuables. Interestingly enough, you also don't spot any delirium. You are on the outskirts of the city, of course, and if there is any place that should be picked clean relatively quickly, that would be one of the places that people would go to unless you want to actually risk your life. Since you're leading the pack, can you give me a survival check, please?
Can?
Okay. Wow.
Yeah.
That's a good roll.
There we go. All right.
You turn a couple of streets in the areas like off the main road, and luckily where the main road is like a rather wide road, like it's wide enough for 2, maybe even 3 carriages to pass each other. Like back in the day, that was important with a lot of trade traffic coming in. The side roads really are that narrow that a horse, cart, and carriage could possibly not even fit through them, all of them. So it's like a big difference between main street and side streets. With the houses burned and broken, of course, like it gives a little bit more visibility, but it's easier to hide yourself over there. You lead them through this, and a little further ways into the spokes, at some point you turn a corner and you notice 2 things. And because you rolled exceptionally high on your survival skill, I'm going to give you 2 instead of 1. 1, you notice that on the street ahead of you, there is a bit of a T section. On that T section, you're seeing this subtle octarine glow. Octarine is like purplish. You're seeing it coming from a hole in the ground. And you've been in Drakkenheim a couple of times. You recognize this glow from anywhere. That's delirium right there. Yeah. Be it small, be it large, but a shard of delirium that is like embedded somewhere usually gives off like this subtle glow. You're noticing this. Secondly, it seems you're not the only one that has noticed this, because a couple of other people seem to be gathered around this hole, sort of walking around. And with that, we're going to go to our first battle map.
Yay!
Battle.
A battle map. I mean, Emberwood Village is technically a battle map, so it's
right. I mean, there almost was a knockdown, drag out, whatever the fuck fight. I almost
Exactly.
punched those people. So
as I
Oh,
said,
so
because you rolled
pretty.
exceptionally
I
high on your
love this
survival, I
purple.
will give you the fact that the Octarine glow is over here. So the glowy part just on the right of the T section, and around that you see a couple of people shuffling about. Now, before you get
I
too
imagine.
close,
Yeah, no, I imagined it'd be standing around the corner, right where he's peeking, like, or what?
right, give me as you look around the corner.
Just taking the same approach that he's been doing the entire time. So, like, with the information you gave, I just moved myself here to. That's kind of where he would be standing.
Give me a perception check with advantage. And I'm noticing, Felix, your block is big as well. I'm going to fix that for you because that's annoying.
Yes. That's not only for me, I think. That's Nibalan and Elodie as well.
Oh yeah, mine's big too.
I think that's
weird.
the
I thought
same issue like last time.
Yeah, I thought I fixed it, but let me go through that. What did you roll?
16.
GA? 16. All right. With that, you're going to get something in a second. But I'm
Yay!
gonna,
Something.
He's going to fix this.
23 though, that's a good roll. Or a level 2.
And you have an insane bonus to survival too.
I really do. But it's also like it's
My
one of the things that he's proficient in, so
Yeah, it makes sense. I mean, it totally makes sense, but yeah. I have that bonus to stealth, but not to
Ooh.
survival.
I have disadvantage on stealth.
You have disadvantage?
Yeah. I'm
Because
rattling
of
around like
armor?
Morocco.
Yeah, he's
Oh my
literally
God.
like bits and pieces of metal clinky clanky.
That is not great. There's 2 of me.
Hang on.
It's okay. There we go. And I'm just 1. Yay.
And Felix. Atoli is fixed. Nespip is fixed.
That's because we tiny.
And the bargain is fixed. All right. This should look good again. All right. So with your, what was it again? 16. You will notice that the people that are sort of like walking around this this little hole in the road seem to be shuffling around rather carelessly. And as you take a second to have a look at them, you notice that they look rather unpleasant.
So after having seen it, he's gonna like dip back around the corner again and kind of turn face towards Nibarlan, the closest one, and be like, I hope you're ready. Don't get touched and strike true. With that, he lights up a spell in his hand.
Don't get touched.
Thistle's gonna pop up on top of the roof, and so I can see exactly what he's talking about without peeking around the corner.
Sure.
She can't-
Where did we leave? Oh, there she
she's
is.
right here. But yeah,
She just can't move over the roof without going through that
Yeah.
door.
yeah, she can't.
Oh,
over
she
it,
can.
so-
Hang on. Let me fix that.
Plus 20 feet.
Plus 20.
That is indeed 20. And boop, there she is.
She's just gonna. Yeah. Yeah, so we can see it's 4 of those husk things.
With her on the roof, you'll notice that there is a 5th off to the side.
Oh.
Way over there. All right. Well, everybody know. And can she see? Can she from that angle? Can I lay eyes on crystals in the crack?
That was a good question. Yes.
Ooh. Well, then I'm gonna share that insight, saying that there are definitely crystals in that crack, and we got 5 things This is the first time I've seen them, so I have no idea what they're called, but they do not look friendly.
We just call them husks around here.
Husks.
Yeah, the thing that this resembles the most, obviously, is like something like a zombie, which most of you will have seen or heard of in some shape or form. They look distinctly different than just a zombie, but that is what they are most closely resembling to.
I wonder if they're mechanically similar to a zombie, because that'll be super annoying if they are.
As I said, don't let them touch you.
Okay. Don't let them touch you at all. They can't
At all.
Got it.
Is this a totally boasting, or are you convinced that this is to say that this is true?
No, that's his conviction. Like, don't let them get
Okay.
close. That's how he's survived the entire time, by not getting
Yeah.
close
Fair
to
enough.
any of them. So
Well, it doesn't matter if it affects you or not. You've seen that some people who've gotten touched by something turn into monsters.
Right.
yes, exactly.
Yes.
Like you
Alright,
saw
you're
the
right,
guy
you're
with
right.
the broken arm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And she does think of Rickard like, oh yeah, tentacle arms. Let's not.
Right. So, I guess we came all this way to get crystals because so we can get some better supplies to go deeper. And Atoli,
There's
you seem to know
crystals
what these
around
things.
there's crystals around the corner.
Yeah.
You just have to fight for them, like everything else in Drakkenheim.
Yeah. From what you faced, what do you think our odds are with these things?
There's 5 of them. There's 5 of us. This shouldn't be too hard.
And don't let them touch you.
Let them touch you.
Well, folks, are we going to do this? Okay, I think we should focus. If we're not going to let them touch us, focus on keeping them away. If we can knock them out quickly, I think it might be better if we all focus on one at a time. Does that make sense? Make sure they go down.
I might sneak this direction and cut, like, we could do a 2-pronged thingy, have people coming from this way and
The only
from
issue with that
this
is you don't
way
know if anything
and
else is going to
this
pop
way.
out somewhere else, and then you're screwed.
I'm a bit worried about the door next to us. If anything is in the house.
That's
Yeah, can Thistle look through? Or I guess we can.
yeah. Are there windows on that
windows?
building?
Goddamn, where's
building.
Arnold when you need him?
God damn it, Arnold!
I mean, the building is pretty dilapidated. There is a door hanging by its hinges open, which is over here. I'd imagine there is probably going to be a couple of windows here and there. They're probably broken, but that still offers like an opening.
So am I able to look in through the window? Like we're sitting right here. Can we look in through an opening on that side, or is it completely closed shut?
There'll be like a window over here, and I'll allow you to look through that. So let's let the dice decide if you see something. You do not.
Okay. You don't see. Assuming Elodie, you're over there peeking in the window. That's since you're thinking that way. So, is the door? Oh shit! I don't want to crack because the door creaks. Or we give ourselves away. We're gonna lose this opportunity here.
Just block it with some. Does it open in or out?
That should be out because that's fire safety.
So block it with rocks or something.
Oh yeah, can we like I'm gonna do a wedge at the door so it doesn't just swing open.
Can I just, by the way, like I have to point this out. Like this is honestly, this is a thing with you, Tim. Like I've never considered that like a door is a door, and like I vividly remember you asking this every single time with doors in our previous campaign. Since then, this has become a thing of every game I play. Is like I put a door there down, fire safety, opening outside. This is a
Has
thing
to
now.
open out. Especially a door that opens into like the outside. It has to open.
Yeah, so you totally conditioned me with that. Like,
And this once was a very civilized area, so I'm sure they had fire codes.
yeah.
So yeah, Nebron's he at that suggestion, Tullium Smear's like, go back, he's like, wedge the door. And so he's gonna wedge the door with a stone.
Sure, you can.
Okay.
For the purpose of that, lock it. That's in essence what you did.
Yay!
All
So
right.
you want us to all go from one area? You want us to all attack as one?
Well, based on what XL, I like your idea, but then you might be by yourself if something else pops out. So
Well,
if we
I didn't
go,
think I would be alone, but you know.
oh, you're saying somebody else go with you, like
Yeah.
Does anybody else think
I
that's a
mean,
good
we do
idea?
have
Going
5 people.
I think
But-
we should.
Stick
If you
together
can
for
think
this
you
first
get,
one.
I mean, if you can,
I'm pretty good at hiding.
yeah, I
I'm
know,
stealthy.
yeah, you can get that. That's what you're good at. So if you want to stealth around and get,
I think I might. You know what? Why do we play this game if not to take risks with lives
Yeah.
that aren't our own?
And so it was. At session 2, Elodie died.
Against ignoring the advice of her comrades, she fell immediately. No, I'm gonna sneak this way. I'm definitely stealthing, and I'm probably gonna stop like here-ish and just get some kind of line of sight on these guys.
Are
I
you?
guess, can
There
this
will be
one
windows.
see me?
There will be windows on that side as
wait.
well. Are you looking inside?
Yes.
Right. I'll
And I
allow you one
would
perception check.
Stop here. One perception check? Okay. Good thing I'm got a +0 to perception, even though I'm really good at it. 7.
Yeah, so good.
My girl is focusing on stealth. She's not focusing on what's in this building.
You are not noticing anything in this building.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, I'm gonna stay because I just realized this isn't in a building. He's just like behind a tower, I guess. Is this like a pile of rocks?
rocks.
It's just rubble. Like
Okay, so I will stay
Drakkenheim
back
looks like this.
here.
Like this map is going to be like template for most of Drakkenheim. It
Okay.
looks really broken.
I'm gonna stay back here then, so that this guy doesn't see me, and I might try to take him out first. Then.
All right. Then I'd like all of you to roll for initiative because we all know what is coming next.
Yes.
Well, we're still.
I know,
Well,
but I do need your initiative.
Okay.
He needs it, Nabalan. Don't argue with the DM.
Oh, we weren't done setting the thing yet. Okay, where is it?
Oh, look at all those good rolls, except for mine.
Hold on, I'm still trying to find initiative.
Oh, I rolled twice, huh?
It's right under your character's portrait.
Yeah, I got it.
Yes.
Oh, back to
He
good old
is
Nabarlan rolls.
Family, that's the family
Yep.
legacy right
Yep,
there.
family legacy continues. Jesus
Even
Christ.
with a +3, he can't get high.
So in your current preparation, surprise is going to be very tricky on creatures like this. But since they haven't noticed you, I can allow you a opening action.
Okay.
So
Is that all of us
I
or
guess-
just one of us?
Just one. Then they'll respond.
Oh.
And what does the opening action consist of?
That is whatever you want to do.
I think
it's
Felix
yours
would actually
first.
wait for Elodie to do something because he relies on stealth the most.
Yeah, that
Um,
does seem that.
Let me do some measuring here. Okay, so he's 55 feet away, and my short bow, which I also have, that's within the range. Okay, good. Yeah, I'm gonna try to hit him with my short bow, just poking out from this corner right here.
Standing where?
I'm standing like right here, just kind of like putting my body just barely, like kind of against the building, to kind of aim at this one because he's right in front of me. He's just 55
That
feet.
is on the cuff of 60, so I'll allow it.
No, the short bow is actually 80.
Oh, is it 80? Oh, then you're going to be fine.
Yeah. The dagger is 60. I'm not throwing a dagger that far. We're doing a short bow.
That's true.
All
All right,
so,
go ahead and make a
I'm
shot.
not insane. I'm not gonna make
That
that
remains to
first
be
move with a
Yeah, it really
All
does.
right. Oh my god, you guys have so little faith. All right.
You sound a lot like Hollis.
Oh, 23, sir. 23.
Nice. Roll
That
for
hits.
damage.
That hits. Alrighty then.
It would be scary if it didn't, because then it would have more armor than a Tarask.
Oh, and is it a sneak attack? I don't think it's sneak attack.
It's not sneak attack,
Or
so
is
that
it?
like it auto
It might be
rolls.
sneak attack because do I have advantage because of surprise?
Because surprise.
It would only be by surprise, but you know what? Heck, like this is. They're
Come
not
on,
surprised,
give
but
it
this
to
is a
me.
surprise attack. I will allow it for the surprise attack. It is basically they didn't expect this at all, so I'll allow
Yeah.
it for the attack roll.
So the
Yes,
extra
it was
3
basically hidden from them.
damage.
Yeah, so
It
that
makes
is
it
that
a-
is good enough to
That
make
makes
sneak
it
attack.
10. Yeah, that's 10 on this guy.
Wonderful.
10
That is a
piercing.
solid hit as the arrow pierces through its throat. It turns its head towards you and looks in your general direction like.
And I immediately after, I don't even see if it hit. I just duck right back.
Fair. But all of them start to slowly move from where that arrow came from. So, as I said, roll for initiative. You guys already did, so allow me to do the same thing.
I'll
Yeah,
do
man.
the other. If you come back around, we can hit them from. Now we can do a flanking maneuver from.
Oh,
The
you're
non-flank.
totally right. We'll see.
Yeah.
When it comes to my turn, things might be different, but we'll see.
Yeah.
If the combat carousel isn't open for you, by the way, it should open by default. But if it isn't, on the left side of your screen, there's this little carousel button. If you open that, if you click that, it'll open it into your screen. You can see whoever's turn it is.
Yep.
And with that, it is currently Felix's turn.
Come on, Felix.
Okay.
Mr. Wit.
Is this supposed to be combat music? It's a bit
There is
just-
supposed to
it
be combat
just
music.
started.
It's just started.
I see.
Oh.
Okay, then we'll start with an exciting question about a weird weapon.
Yes.
I have proficiency with the net. It is a martial ranged weapon, but it has a range of 5/15 feet.
Yes.
How would you rule that? Because normally
So-
you have disadvantage if you're in melee range, but this weapon has a normal range of 5 feet.
Yeah. So the net is a quirky weapon like that. Within 5 feet, you do not have this disadvantage because it is basically just a sure hit. You're basically just dropping it over one. With the 15 feet, that would be disadvantage because that is just very far to throw an entire net.
Okay.
So for the purposes of explanation of the weapon, it is a ranged weapon. It handles like a melee weapon in that regard, though.
Basically a melee weapon with reach.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
It's like a
and-
dagger, basically.
You
Okay.
got weird weapons this
I love it. I love it.
Nets are
Whips
great.
and
Like it's
Okay, what's the movement situation in this area like? Is it like difficult terrain or
if you want to go through that pile, it's difficult terrain. Around it is just normal.
so this pile as well?
Yeah, over here is difficult terrain.
hmm. Give me a moment. That's not ideal, but okay. I will take 20 feet to about here. I think I can get there without issues.
Yep.
And then I will use one of my nets with disadvantage, but on this one right here.
Yep. Go ahead.
No, Tim.
Okay, it's
An
out
amazing
the way.
start.
Oh, Felix.
And
You
I will
purposefully
take
capture
10
a rock.
Okay, I'll take.
Not even one of
10
the
steps
good
back.
rocks, not the ones that we're looking for.
And that's true.
Those are not the rocks you're looking for. All right. Nesbit.
Mm. Shall I do that? Let's go. Let's go out of cover. And I'm taking one of my little match head ping pong balls out, throwing it in the air, hitting with hammer. And
Oh, hello.
That 100% hits. And you're
Which one
attacking
are
the
you
one
aiming
that's
at? Yeah.
the one that
this one in front, yeah.
This one?
The closest one.
Wonderful. That is 8 points of damage. That hurts.
Pretty good. Oh, and my 10 didn't hurt.
Hey, that also hurt. Like it was in the neck. That hurts.
And I'm gonna stay there.
All right. That brings us to one of the husks, who will, at this point, have noticed that you guys are attacking. So it will move that way. Tony,
Yells.
your turn.
So with the spell he prepared in his hand earlier, you'll see the husk moving around the rubble to the open street and just fire off a chaos bolt.
Sure.
Oh,
Are you going to try and hit the one that was walking?
No, the one that's standing out in the street now.
All right. Yeah.
So wait, I have to. No, I roll first and then decide. Yeah.
Yeah. Roll for attack. That roll should also. Yeah. There you go. That's going to hit.
Okay.
And now you roll a d8 to see what the damage is.
No, 2d8.
2d8. Sorry.
Apparently 3. And the roll for. Wait,
I think
what?
you actually use one of the d8s you already rolled for that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what it said as well.
So you rolled a 4 and a 6.
So
which would
4 would
constitute
be force. Yeah.
Or poison.
We'll just take force.
All right. And just to be sure, are you hitting this one or that one?
This one.
All right. In that case, that hurts, and it'll take 11 damage, making it bloodied.
He'll take like a couple of steps back as well in response to the movement. And that's turn.
All right. Elodie, you are behind the building.
Okay. Since they seem to have noticed this crew over here, they're moving that way now.
Yeah,
shuffling.
I am going to take another. Yeah, can it really be called moving? I'm going to take a shot at this one again with my short bow, just moving forward to lean around the building. Hopefully this will work. Oh, 11.
That still hits, though.
Okay, level 2. Okay. All right, still hits. So I'll take it. And it is not a sneak attack at this point.
Not a sneak attack anymore.
So I think it'll roll automatically with sneak attack.
Take it off. Yeah.
But we'll take it off. Yeah. Come on. So, it rolled the same. So it would be
8.
13, but it'll just be 8.
Yeah. That makes it bloodied.
I was hoping to take it out. Oh well. I'll step back. Actually, I will bonus action. Bonus action dash.
Sure.
1, 2, 5, 10. Well, I probably did like 5 feet of movement to do that. So
15. To move around the corner, yeah. So you your normal movement is what, 30?
30. So I'm going to do 15 more feet from here.
15. You have 55 feet if you use dash.
What? Oh shit! Right, you're right. You're, totally right.
You're fast.
I'm so fast. Okay, so starting from here,
yes,
this would be 55. Okay, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40. Yeah, I'll just stay there. I don't need to go all the way over there.
Sure.
Just be right here. Just be like, hey, I'm back. Don't privately roll the dice. No.
So the haze husk that you have attacked will move forward.
Oh Jesus.
And will make it. That's difficult terrain. It'll make it here. Where does it can do?
30 feet of movement.
And it will try and slam its icky, purpley, bony hand against Felix.
I don't like that.
That will be an 18 to hit.
That hits.
You let it
That
touch
is-
you.
Let it touch you. That is 4 points of bludgeoning damage.
Oh, that's not too bad.
Okay.
This Hazegusk moves forward, and we are with Nibarla.
Okay. Well, the one. Let's see. One that is a totally attack first over there. That one's my favorite. It's my favorite. What was it? You could say he's my favorite foe.
Yeah, I was about to say, are you about to favorite enemy this shit? No, I guess you wouldn't. You don't have. Do you have Hunter's Mark yet? I feel like you don't. This
I
is different
do.
from Hunter's Mark.
It's different than Hunter's Mark, but it's very similar.
Is favorite foe? Help me out on this one. Favorite foe is one that you have to pick, there's not per battle, right? That is just a favorite foe.
Yeah, that's
can-
no.
Yeah.
Favorite foe is different. So if you're thinking favorite enemy, so favorite enemy would be just you pick an enemy type. Favorite foe is the alternate where it's per battle.
Oh, okay. In that case, great.
You have to hit them, I think, though. It says.
No, it's including the round that. Oh yeah, you have to hit it. Yes, so it doesn't matter if I don't. If I don't
Got
if I
it.
miss
Okay. Yeah. So it's a
If
turn.
I don't. Well, no. He's my favorite one. Even if I miss,
Yep.
next round it still applies. But yeah, it doesn't do anything if I miss. Which I'm going to be going for attack.
Oh, a longbow. All right. Nice.
And that is a
Hey.
solid hit.
He finally hits.
Yeah. Damage.
Oh.
So that's 4,
One.
but you get that 1d4 extra because it's your favorite foe then?
Yeah.
Did I understand that correctly?
I think so. Oh, yeah. So
Another
that doubled
4,
it.
8.
8 in total. That makes it even more bloodied, but it's still standing.
Dang it!
God, how many hit points do these things have?
I guess in that case, step back here to the edge. And
Yeah, it's good tight.
All right. The husk with the 2 arrows sticking from his neck starts to make a move as well. Starts to finally get into the streets. And then finally we have one over here who will do the same thing. Move over there. Oh boy, if only we had a fireball.
Life with
I
a
was-
wizard and a spider was much easier.
I savor the moments where I know that I'm safe in clutching them together because there's no such thing as a fireball just yet. Felix, it's your turn.
Refresh me again, please. Drawing a weapon is a free action once per turn, right?
Rules is written, it's an action, but I don't rule as that because I think it's bullshit. Yeah, like it's really like if you look at the manual, it's like, putting away a weapon and drawing another weapon is just a full action. That's silly. So with me, yeah, it's a free action. If you're switching around a lot, then it's different, but one is fine.
basically, so you can do it once, and then if you want to go back, then it's maybe.
And they're both like super light, like not clunky weapons either. It's not like you're doing a giant hammer or something.
Yeah, switching
I
from a
will-
greatsword to a battle axe is like
Yes, I will then produce another net.
all right.
And
I thought
this
you were gonna
time
switch
without.
nuts.
Well, no, I threw the one, so
Oh,
now I just draw
right.
another one. So
Okay.
this time without disadvantage because it's within the
It's-
effective range.
It's next to you. Yep.
There we go.
Yeah.
You
I
have,
got it.
you have netted a creature.
And that restrains this creature. Oh, very well.
Yeah.
Exactly. And that's everything. And I will attempt to do a tactical retreat.
All right. It will try to attack you, but because it's restrained, that will be with disadvantage. He doesn't need disadvantage. Oh, he does. It's even worse. That is a 4. So
Okay, that was 20 feet, and I will do full 25 feet.
Okay,
That's true.
cool. Nespip, it's not your turn yet, but in the corner of your eye, you notice something moving in the rubble next to you.
Oh no.
All of a sudden, you notice that from behind the wall over here, there's like a little wall still. There is a creature emerging and intently walking towards all of you. This creature looks different than the ones that you're currently fighting. These are, for lack of a better term, zombies with a purple hue. But the guy that is coming towards you definitely looks different. It looks more human, save for one trait, and that is the fact that he probably used to have a face. But instead of a face right now, there is a gaping hole lined with teeth.
Oh,
Oh no, not the teethy dude.
And it moves towards you, Nespip, and it tries to bite you.
Uh-huh.
With its face.
Don't like this.
With its face. That is a plus 4, that is a 15.
no, doesn't hit.
Doesn't hit.
Yeah,
Good.
boy.
Oh, right.
It
You
breaks
have
off
that
one little tooth on on your armor.
insane armor class. I forgot about that.
It'll stay there and let out this guttural sound as it's standing.
No,
next
no,
to
no,
you.
no, no.
It's very icky. You can retort. It's your turn, Nespip.
I don't want to get bitten again by something. I'm gonna try to do. I'm taking out some blue crystals in my shield hand from one of the pockets, crushing them, and you see lightning go through my armor towards my hammer. And gonna use it like a stun stick against.
that's cool.
Like a stun gun
Nice.
against.
I love artificers, man. They're so creative.
No.
Uh,
So that is an 8 in total. That actually, you're using it on the drag or on the one next to you, right?
on the one next to you, it's me.
Yeah, that doesn't hit. It's almost. It doesn't hit.
That one's restrained. The other one. I'm gonna try to. Wrong thing. I am gonna try to get away.
All right.
Now I'm feeling like I should have stayed where I was. I'm safe over here.
It will try to do an attack of opportunity if you move away.
I know, but yeah, and the other ones are too close. I'm gonna go somewhere there.
All right. It is a 12, so you're fine.
Okay.
Chips
All right.
another tooth.
A very hurt Haze Husk moves forward on the streets.
No.
Totally, your turn.
And he is going to charge up another Chaos Bolt now on the Leeching Dreg in front of him, as that is now a priority target.
Congratulations, you are now priority target.
You've been promoted.
18 to hit.
18. I'd say fire in the hole.
Oh. Oh.
And 13, that would be let's do poison on him this time.
Cool. That actually does work on these creatures as well. So that is a total of 13 damage. This guy is bleeding.
And then he kind of skips on down the way Elodie came from.
All right.
And that's
Elodie,
turn.
your turn.
Okay. I
Just
think
saying you have advantage on the restrained one.
I have advantage on the restrained one.
But it's also restrained and the others aren't.
But this one is a little more terrifying. I'm gonna take a step back.
Mhm.
And I think that's, if I could, I would take another step back, I think. If the map allowed, I think I would be another more 5 feet this direction.
Yes.
So that would make me 20 feet away from this guy, and I'm gonna shoot him with my short bow again, or try to shoot him, or for the first time, shoot this man, this thing, because the dagger just doesn't have the potential to do as much damage, and I'm not getting in close range with that thing. So,
It just wants to hug you.
16?
16 total. That hits.
Okay, good. And this is not sneak attack.
Nope.
Is not sneak attack. God damn. Someday I will sneak attack again. Today's not that day. So we can minus one of these d6s. Oh,
That is
terrible
5
damage.
points of damage.
4.
No, it's 5.
This thing says that the sneak
Right.
attack.
Oh, no, it's
is
4. Yeah,
2.
you're right.
Yeah. It already labeled the die for me, so I couldn't just take the higher one as the damage.
It's still bleeding, but it's also still standing.
Okay. Well, I did something. And I will just stand there. Again, ideally back here. I guess I can go off the map. That's fun. I didn't know you could do that.
Let's see. The husk will try to break out of its net because it doesn't like it. Don't like it, so he's going to try
10
and
strength.
yeah. Which I don't think he's gonna make. He's
What
got
is that, DC?
he's got a 9. Nope, he will still be restrained.
Oh,
and-
DC 10. He couldn't do DC 10.
They're not that strong, these guys.
Oh, little babies.
Next one. This haze husk will move up as well, probably moving here. This creature will move here. You guys are like, I don't see anything moving. The barman.
Oh no.
Okay. Well, he's not my favorite, but I think he's probably the one that deserves the arrow the most. So,
I'd imagine you're going for Face Boy.
yeah. Attacking
That guy
him.
surely is on Facebook.
That is
21.
nice.
Right. Which normal.
God, what is with these damage rolls?
4
sir?
points, which is just what you needed. So you do kill it.
Oh,
God, okay.
yay!
Right. So
It drops. Very dead.
Can't decide where to go, huh?
Yeah. I guess I'll just stay here.
Fair enough.
Decision paralysis.
This haze husk moves up there. And this little piggy went to the market. Top of the round, Felix.
Okay. Decisions. I think he will pull out his last net and saunter over here and attack the husk with the net.
Okay.
Yeah, there we go.
Eat him.
And that's 2.
Keep them restrained.
Okay. Wait, that were 15 feet, so I still have 15 feet left. I'm out.
It tried to attack you back with a natural 20, but also disadvantage and with a 3.
Ooh.
Yeah.
I can live with that. Quite literally.
That's okay.
I can live because of that. Yes.
That's
Alright.
turn.
Nespit.
I think which one took more damage? I think the one in the back. I'm gonna do. In front that way. I don't like that.
You're not quite sure what to do, huh, buddy?
Yeah, but thankfully there are no more enemies on the way.
Thankfully.
I have advantage on them.
No
No,
The
shortage of
restrained ones,
dragons.
yes.
And restrained ones. Okay, I'm gonna attack the one in the back
Okay.
with again a match head. Oh, I need to roll
Oh,
twice
there we
then.
go.
Just three.
They will both hit. And you trying to hit Huna?
I'm trying to hit the one in the back who was
Sure.
netted for long.
So both is fine.
It just one attack or is it?
This is one
It's
attack.
advantage. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
So
man.
sad.
So there's 1 damage.
One
I
damage,
wish
yeah.
you added something to that firebolt, but it's just
You don't. That's
you don't.
At least it's a free spell. Like it's a.
Yeah, it's a cantrip, so pretty good for a cantrip.
I'm gonna take a step back. And that's my turn.
All right. The restrained husk will try to break out of its netting. And will do so with an 18. So that net it will be broken.
Which
Oh,
one?
no.
Oh,
It's
that
the one in
one.
front.
No.
But that is his action. So while he can move, he can no longer attack this round. He will, however, move here.
Okay.
Totally, your turn.
And with him moving up that way, Totally will. Let's see. That's 10 feet, though. That's a little bit more than 10 feet. That should do it. Step a little step closer, and then hold out his hand and conjure a poison spray.
Okay.
So
That is
DC
a
14 saving
Constitution.
throw.
All right. It fails with a 3.
And then it takes 8 damage.
Unfortunately, it doesn't take any damage.
Shite. Okay. In that case, he'll
What damage was it?
curse
Oh,
quietly
poison.
and then
Okay.
step back
Right.
and turn.
Alrighty.
So there he
Elodie.
means poison. Good to know.
What are you doing?
Do note, by the way, I do want to underline that the other creature that you attacked,
Yeah,
the
exactly.
one with the,
That
with the
one-
open face, that one did hurt. So
Yep.
that says something about the type of creature.
That's exactly what I was like why I did poison spray. Because I was like, wait,
Cool.
huh?
Yeah, you almost would assume that they were immune to poison, and then.
But
that
the other
not
one
being
weren't.
immune.
So yeah, no,
Yeah,
I had to try
The
it.
other one wasn't. Yes.
Now
Okay.
we know.
I will. Step forward and attack this one with my rapier. It should be sneak attack this time.
Yes, because it's
even
flanked.
If I hit,
Yep.
yeah. All right, Felix. Let's see this weapon in action.
Natural 1.
Natural 2.
Oh.
Seems like a skill issue.
Shut up. Your
So
weapon
that is a-
sucks.
So that is a total of 7. That barely misses.
It honestly makes sense. This is her first time using it. She's like, I don't know what I'm doing.
Poke it with the
shows.
pointy
It
end.
barely misses. Yeah. All
Yes.
right. Well, I will bonus action. I believe I can bonus action disengage.
Yes, you can.
Which
if you
is
already
what
have
I
that, but
will
I think-
do.
Disengage. Yeah, you have that.
Yep, bonus action disengaging, and we're going way off the map, folks. We're going
Which for
We're
this
going-
area is fine.
20. We're going 20 feet back.
Can she do that?
It's like,
That's
wow, that was
fourth wall
embarrassing.
breaking.
Let's just say that this road extends a little further that way. Like I understand.
Yeah. We fall off the edge of the world.
All
All
right.
right.
The other haze husk that is still restrained will try to break free with an emphasis on try. That's an 8.
Yeah.
That's his second time failing, by the way. The poor guy. This haze husk will move up over here. Tony,
Yeah.
buddy, from around the corner, you will hear loud footsteps as another creature seems to come around the corner. It doesn't look like the ones that you're currently fighting, in a sense that
course it
it's
doesn't.
also purpley hazed, but it definitely is a little bigger.
Great.
No. Wait, this guy was in the house?
Yes.
Fuck.
It can't reach
Cursed
you.
my low
You're
rolls.
lucky. It'll
Luck
stay
had-
here,
Luck
but
had nothing to do with it.
well, I mean that
Like
depends
that
on how you look
belly
at it.
button.
As it stands 5 feet away from you, it heaves and it pukes a bile spray over you.
Any chance to
I need-
dodge?
I need a dexterity saving throw.
Where do we have that now?
You have resistance to poison, right? You're a snake.
If
Where
it's
do we
poison.
have the?
The saving throws are in the
Oh,
top
there.
It
left
could be
on your main
acid.
page.
It could be acid. You're right.
It says ability check, but I'm.
Do you have any
Is that
bonuses
the
on your
same modifier,
it's a
or
dex,
is it?
it's +3. Yeah, it's the same. All right,
Oh,
17.
sorry.
You
Yeah,
save.
no, sorry. Yeah, it's there. I just saw
Yeah,
it
so
now.
you-
Where it is?
You save it with that, meaning you only take half damage, which is 3 points of acid damage.
Is it? Wait, hold on a minute.
Yes.
Is not magical or anything.
No.
Sucks.
I don't know how to tell you. I don't know how to tell you this, but puke isn't magical.
No, but he's completely infused with it.
Yeah, like he does look like there's more coming. Where that came from. Nibarlin.
Okay, well, I'm in melee distance with this dude. So he's engaged with. Well, he was engaged with Elodie. Would you allow a flanking with a spear since he's? If I move.
Yeah, sure.
I mean, Elodie is not there anymore, and Felix
Yeah,
doesn't
I'm
even
not
have a
there.
melee weapon right now.
You don't have a
Felix
melee
doesn't
weapon
have a-
equipped, Felix. That's a good point. In that case, it's not a flank, but it's still an attack if you want to.
Okay, well then I will stay here then and attack. Spear. Attack.
Oh, almost a 1, but it was an 18.
That definitely hits. You're not. Are you carrying a shield?
No.
I would imagine you're two-handing it. In case you are, you should go for the versatile damage rather than the normal damage, because I imagine you're two-handing this.
How I imagine is he has a bow, he goes whoosh,
Yeah.
That's how.
God, what is this?
It's enough.
You're
Though.
consistent.
It's enough.
It's enough. Yeah, you only had 2, so he's dead.
Okay.
All right.
Man, I
And,
could have hit him. I could have hit him and done definitely at least 2 damage. God damn.
I guess
Ooh.
that's my turn.
Alrighty. This little piggy is moving up. And 5 more. This little piggy is moving there. Felix, your turn.
Okay, now he will take out his whip and take 1 step forward. And with some indecision, he will choose the lower one of those 2 and go for an attack.
All right. Going for the top or lower one?
The lower one.
Okay. That is a solid hit with a 19.
You go, Indiana Jones.
That's 5
Yeah.
slash.
Noted.
And he takes 25 steps back.
25 little tiny steps.
Yes.
Nesbit, your turn.
I'm gonna hit another match head against this one.
Mm-hmm. That's a solid hit.
And that's all the damage.
Nice. And hit.
Okay, then we're gonna continue to kite them back here, I guess.
We're having a party back here, guys.
But we have no
in the
tank,
blank,
so-
in the blank void.
All right, Atoli.
Yeah, so Atoli being, slightly partially, like one side of his body's like covered with a stinking acidy goo. Is going to be like really pissed off at this point and fire off a ray of frost at the drag in front of him.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
And
honey.
Which doesn't hit.
So even more pissed off and confused, he's going to I imagine there's like a building here maybe.
Yeah, so go up on the street and then you can move.
Yeah. So go that way and then cut across the corner.
Sure. Alrighty,
that's right.
Elodie.
Well, life sure would be nice if I could reach this one, but I think this guy's standing in front of his friend, so I think. And there's a building
it's a technicality,
here.
but if you want to hit that one, you can. Like range is the
I
only thing I really
can?
care. Yeah,
Well,
range
if
is the
he-
only
if he
thing I
doesn't-
care for, unless it's a really big creature. Like that makes a difference. Right now, you should be able to hit him.
Well, you could just move
Okay.
You can just move up diagonally and just.
Oh
for
yeah,
that.
I
Get
could
around.
just
Yeah.
step
Yeah.
in front of Felix and just be like, "Hey,
Yeah.
I'm switching back to this frickin' short bow. This rapier's cursed."
Well,
Okay.
you didn't ask about that.
Oh no! Yeah, so I'm gonna try to hit this guy with my short bow. That
Let's go.
is.
You have advantage on
I think
that.
yes, I do have advantage, and it's 40 feet, so it's well within the range of 80. All right, so let's try this. Come on. With advantage, so I can roll it again. But does a 14 hit?
It does hit, but if you want to roll it again, you might have a crit.
Yeah,
Yeah.
let's just see. Nope, it was worse.
Yeah, even though that would hit as well.
Okay, so and then it would be a sneak attack, right? Because it's advantage. So I have
Because it's
on
advantage.
the roll.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, that's all right.
Nice. You kill it with 14.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't realize the sneak attack damage was 6. Shit. All right, sir.
So you shoot it in the eye, and it just like.
Yes. Yep. I'm just like, hey, you can grab your net at some point, I'm sure.
Thank you.
And then I will step back this way. Oh wait, I'm in measurement mode. God damn it. There we go. Okay. And yeah, I don't have any cool bonus actions to do this round, so that's it.
Alrighty. We have a Haze Husk over here who will try to attack Nibarvan. It'll try this with me for a natural one, so it'll punch the
Oh.
air.
Yeah.
All right. Next up, the Delirium Drag. I don't know why it's not showing up on the turn order. I did visualize him. Because he's not in the carousel for you guys, I think, right?
Nope.
Yeah,
No,
he's
no.
not. He's not on that carousel of dreams.
No, I can see in the carousel that
Carousel
it's saying that it's oh, here we go. There, now you can see him. I was looking for the little eye button. The Delirium Drag will move up. 1, 2, it's that's easily going to make that. You're going to stand here. And he is going to heave. However, he needs to charge. So that takes a round. He can't do anything but like do that.
Well, that's not
Terrifying.
ominous.
Honestly terrifying. Is he
Nibarlin, your
going
turn.
for which one is he aiming for? Nabarlin or
Nibarlin.
Nabarlin, okay.
Yeah.
Well,
You're about to get puked on, boy.
yeah. Can we all just focus fire on this Dreg guy in the coming turn?
Let's kill him kill him before.
And you got this image of Nibarlin standing there like, it's icky, it's icky.
No.
And so I think we should. That's all I got. Because if I do that, so let's do attack. Minimal.
Oh,
10.
With a 10, you don't hit.
Okay.
you're too scared.
You just hit him in the flab and it doesn't hurt.
Yeah, I can't do anything. If I move, I might have opportunity attacks from 2 guys. So, yeah. I guess I'm stuck there for right now. So I'll just
We'll try to kill it before it's your turn.
focus on that.
Before
Focus
it's
on
his turn.
everybody. Focus on the drag.
On that
All right.
drag. On the yeah.
Next up is this little haze husk who will walk up to you, Nibarlin, and will try to
This
punch
little
you.
piggy.
And that he will do for a 19.
Ooh. Wouldn't have hit the
It's
other Nabarlin. Wouldn't have hit your grandfather.
No.
That is 4 points of bludgeoning damage.
Okay.
And finally, this haze husk will move here and do the same thing.
Jesus Christ, you're surrounded.
For a 17.
That hits.
That is another, what was it, 4 points of damage, I believe. Yeah. Just close it. 4 points of bludgeoning damage. Yep. Felix, your turn.
I think we all know where this is going. 10 foot forward, whip.
Whip it real good.
Whip it real good, sir. Fuck
Yes,
yeah!
there we go.
Alrighty.
Well,
Prepare
On my
to be
screen,
amazed.
that was a gorgeous roll on my screen. Like it hit the bottom of my screen and did like a twirl and then hit the 20. That looked really cool.
So
Awesome.
I'll just roll. Oh my god, that's amazing. So that's 11 slashing.
Beautiful.
That is 11 slashing. Wonderful. That instantly makes it bloodied.
Okay. And 10 feet
Nice.
back, and you know what? Another 5 feet back.
Awesome. That's Pip.
Yeah, just quickly need to read something. That would also be bad.
These are all bad options.
Yeah. Can I get
I
the...
just love that we're off the map. It's so funny.
I gotta roll with what we have, man. Like
Half the battle is off the map.
I'm gonna... What am I gonna do? I'm gonna run up to him while crushing
Oh.
another blue crystal and try to poke him again.
Oh, okay. That
Aw.
works. That hits.
Yeah.
Good. Nice.
Damn.
Okay, and he can't take any reactions on his turn.
Hang on, that's 8 points, right?
Yep.
You kill him.
Oh,
Yes.
Just a little guy coming in like, excuse me.
No.
That's back
Awesome.
clutch.
So, as you kill it,
no.
you basically.
We know.
Set up a bomb. You're gonna,
Uh-oh.
Everyone's gonna take acid.
You
damage.
basically do the shocking guard. So you touch him like on the flabs, like, and like this electricity goes through him, and he collapses forward, and then he heaves back, and like you see him like arch his back, and his belly just starts bubbling for a second,
No.
and he's like, "Ugh," and he just explodes right in front of you, covering everyone in the circle around him.
Hold on a minute. Wouldn't that explosion then be forwards primarily?
No, it's circular 5 feet. So it does hit a haze husk as well. So there's that.
Oh, okay, that's good.
But Nabarla and Nespip, I need a Constitution saving throw from you guys. Sorry, a dexterity saving. No, it is Constitution. Sorry,
Hmm.
because it is going to hit you regardless. It's just depending on how bad it's going to hit you.
Okay.
And also for what it says in the description, by the way, it's corrupt awful. So you're basically covered in shit this time. Like,
Covered in shit.
all right, so you both save. That's the good
Did you
part.
hear that?
The bad part is that you both take 3 points of acid
Poop
damage.
damage. 3
Yeah.
points of poop damage.
But he's dead, so there's that. The haze
Small
husk
price
takes it as well,
tag.
and I do need to check if he fails. So he takes the full 7.
Killed by poop. Is he killed? No, he's just
No, he's still
bloody.
standing, but that did hurt. As a matter of fact, he's bloodied by poop. That's just
Bloodied by poop.
He's still standing, not better than he ever did.
I think that is one of those things that is going to go
Covered in
on my list of things I never thought I would say in my life until I started playing Dungeons and Dragons. He's bloodied by poop. That's totally your turn.
Tully's going to be
Usually fine.
aiming at this one, conjuring up a firebolt this time.
Let's do it. Solid hit.
And we'll hit it for
Nice.
9.
Nice. It's
9 on a
barely
D10.
standing, but that hurt.
Oh.
Damn it. And just move up to the opposite end of the street. There.
Alrighty. LD.
Melody.
There's an awful stench down at the lower end of the street. It doesn't.
Yeah, I do not want to get close to that. So I'm gonna attack this. Well, no, should I?
Which,
I
by the
might
way, like,
attack. You said he had
maybe
like 1 hit point left.
Yeah,
he's almost dead.
Finish him off.
But I could finish him off so that's one less person who could attack you.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's do that. All right, I will hit this man, or try
Yes.
to hit him with a short bow,
Mhm.
and I am keeping track of how many arrows I'm using. I'm just.
Oh, you don't have to.
those.
I don't
have
do.
to? Okay.
No,
Okay.
no, unless
Cool.
it's
I was
special
just
ammo.
making sure.
No, unless you have like a magic arrow or whatever, that counts. But beyond
Right.
that, I fully imagine that you don't use 20 to 30 arrows per battle. And you
Yeah,
probably make
no,
more
I
after,
feel
so.
like and I would get them. I would get them back or whatever. Yeah.
Yeah,
Whatever.
no, that's just table roll. Like javelins are different because you have like 3 of them, so that makes a difference.
Yeah.
But with arrows, I don't care.
Okay, 18.
That hits.
And it should be sneak attack because Nabarlin is right there,
Yep.
and he's not
So you don't have to roll
incapacitated
because
yet.
you're gonna get him, but you feel free to roll.
I want to roll. I want to see how badly he dies. Oh. Plus.
He dies with a vengeance. That's
Dies
12.
with
That's
a
nice.
My sneak attacks are really, really working for me.
Just
So
rogue-
yes, this
just
one is
rogue
dead.
things.
You're welcome. Just rogue things. All right. So yeah, that's it. I'm not gonna move. I'm fine right there.
All right. One of the haze husks will try to hit Nabarlin for a 14, I believe. 14, yeah.
Oh, that just barely hits.
That's 4 points of bludgeoning damage. But you can do your reaction. Well, your action, because it's your turn.
Dead yet, dude? Like
No, luckily I got some hit points.
that's
But if it was the last week, I'd be long dead.
level 2.
No. Oh yeah, I'm well beyond bloodied though. I'm not looking
I feel like you must have like 2 hit points left. Like, Jesus.
I can see it's like, you're updating through D&D Beyond, but I believe you have the. Are you doing it like in Foundry?
I'm doing it in Foundry, the hit points.
Yeah. So because I can see them drop down. So yeah, he's not doing too peachy.
It's not too peachy.
I guess the one that attacked me, he
Yep.
attacked me because he's my favorite. So I'm gonna get him back.
Right, that was your favorite one.
That's my favorite one. So I'm gonna use, of course, my spear.
I love the idea of a favored foe is just your favorite. It's like, no, he's my favorite one. Like,
My
he's the
favorite
best.
one. So attack.
Sorry, I didn't mean to.
No worries.
Nice.
Natural 20.
All right.
That's
All
gonna
right,
hit.
sir.
Critical hit.
That's the one, and that is the one directly in front of you, right?
And double sevens.
That's the one that one that just hit me.
Okay, yeah, that was the one diagonally from you, and yeah, you obliterated with the 17.
Heck yeah.
And I probably should attack
That's
one below
so
me, but
much
I was
damage.
going for my favorite, but he's dead.
He's very dead.
Yeah, you don't even need to add that D4 on there.
And that's my turn, I guess.
All right. The other haze husk will try to attack you. With an emphasis on try, that is a 13, and I believe that misses.
That misses.
Okay.
Thank God.
Yeah.
They're at the top of the round with
Woo.
Felix.
You know the drill. Do.
Doo-doo-doo.
Clash.
Whip, whip.
Oh,
Oh, honey.
7 doesn't hit.
Can't have all
See,
of them.
it doesn't feel very good, does it?
That's Pip.
I'm gonna run up next to Nabalin and do another stun stick.
Yes.
Shocking Grasp is such a fun spell.
It's so fun.
That's enough on these creatures.
Yeah.
You hit it.
Nice.
Yeah.
2
Not
points
as
of
good.
damage, right? Yep. It is still standing, but it can't take any actions, right? In its turn.
Reactions.
Or reactions, yeah.
Reactions, yeah. So you could get away from it if you wanted to, but
Yeah.
It can take reactions until the start of its next turn. Yeah. So Nabalin, take a step back. Or yeah. And I'm
It's my
gonna
turn. I'll be getting back.
woof.
You see that this small mischievous gnome and like running back again.
He sounds like a crazy person.
I'm gonna
Is that
get
what
you.
he does? Is that how he acts? A little cackle?
I've always put a stun stick in the balls in the crotch area
Oh.
to stun them. Just out of spite.
That would be really funny though. Alrighty. Tony, your turn.
and he's gonna move up the street just far enough to be able to keep an eye on the glowing octarine road as well, and be able to make sure that nobody else is approaching or anything else.
We'll get to that in a second.
Okay.
No.
So I don't see anything else right now. I
Let me
haven't
measure.
moved up.
Let me measure. No.
You don't see anything. Nope.
Okay, great, awesome. I'm
It's
definitely
coming
not
this
worried.
way.
And then after that, he's gonna turn and do a firebolt at the nearest. Well, at the only standing Drake.
And that is a hit.
Come on.
And 4.
What happens?
Yes.
Fires off the bolt like just semi-casually, really, because he's keeping an eye on the haze, and it catches the Drake by the hip, which then like disintegrates the hip part of it, and it comes crumbling down. And I imagine Nebarland would do a helping finisher here and just stomp its skull out.
Oh, I love it. Icky. But very dead. Yes, indeed. Well done. You have survived your very first fight in Drakkenheim. Well done.
Woo!
All right.
As he falls
And with that,
down,
I'm going to bring you
Add.
out of combat.
I'm gonna run up to Nilbal. Hey, are you okay?
reach into my pocket, and I just have a little thing like, it could have gone better, but
Show me with your wounds.
totally, you weren't joking about this place.
Nope.
Will you... Hey, show me one of your wounds. I can help you.
Oh, that'd be great. And I look, I show up my kind of, I don't know where I'm hurt, just somewhere that looks hurt.
Everywhere.
I'm gonna roughly,
Everywhere.
yeah, I'm gonna wipe the shit away from the wound and take one of my tar gloves with this dirty, sticky tar out and just slap it on
No, not
there.
the tar-covered towel.
Yes.
That's a
Can you show me where it hurts? Ow.
Oh, it's all out.
So that's 6 points.
Yeah, and probably burns a bit.
That's
Don't worry about it.
pain, no gain. And then I'll
think
take a
I'm-
couple berries. So let's see.
I'm gonna
I'm
go
get my
this
small-
way.
You only get blood poisoning sometimes.
Barry,
Yes.
if you look at the description of the net, would you say the net is destroyed if it succeeds the strength check? Because it's a bit weirdly worded.
Yeah, this is one of those content things. Like honestly, destroyed in my terms means that it's unsalvageable. I would say it is hurt, as in ripped, but that is fixable. I would imagine if you're proficient enough to use nets as a weapon, you also know how to fix them. So I would say that after the battle, just kind of like with ammo, you'll be able to fix them.
Okay, thank you. Because it
There we go.
explicitly says, like, if you do slashing damage, then it's destroyed. Otherwise, it's just weirdly
Yeah, like,
worded.
or if it's like burnt or whatever, like that is like that's destroying it, but like ripping it apart so you can get out of it, that's fixable. Even slashing, honestly, like I still feel that you can fix it.
Not okay with what just happened on the map that nobody has commented on.
Yeah, I don't like these three. I was about to go over here to try to see if there were more things down this alley, but I guess they're already there.
It seems relatively like relaxed on the street right now after this bloody battle that you've just done. Except for the fact that there is currently 3 people that are standing over the hole with the crystals.
It totally approaches from like the
no.
main road with like both his hands are lit up with like cackling, chaotic energy.
They were waiting. They let us take care of the people, and they gonna come.
You
for the
have
freaking
no
crystals.
right to what you just stepped onto. He just announces stepping right out, like still partially covered in goop and blood and stuff like that.
So in front of you, you see 3 people. One of them is wearing robes with a hood and is sporting like a bit of a beard. Right next to him is a lady clad in complete black leather, skin tight, and wearing like 2 daggers on the
Alright.
side. And the one next to that seems to be elvish by the make of her ears and whatnot. And she's wearing plate armor. As you're saying this, as you approach them, like you have no right. They're both like all 3 of them are like kneeled down and looking into like this little indent. It's not really a hole; it's more like an indent in the road. The girl in like black leather just stands up and she's like, "Whoa! Hang on, relax. You guys were like off there, just like doing your own thing. We were looking for this. We've been looking for this for
You undoubtedly saw the menaces walking around here. Or heard it. Finders Keepers does not apply to a situation of danger. The ones that
This is
dispatch
Drakkenheim.
it. Being interrupted like that, he's like it looks like he's edging really close to just cast the spell unhinged.
And the Barland's still sitting there. He's got his little berries. He's pumping berries. He goes, I think we got off the wrong foot here. And of course, I as you can tell, we've fought the guards here who are guarding this. If you call them guards, I don't know what they were, but I'm the Barland. This is a totally it's kind of a I wouldn't mess with him too much. He might flash you away. But I don't think we want to do that. We're both here just looking for some treasure. And like I totally said, we were the ones who cleared this. So by all rights, this is ours now. I'm not sure where you were.
So I'm Celia, and these are my friends. This is Felix, and she is Delilah, and we are the Purple Star.
And your
And we've
name
been in
doesn't
Drakkenheim.
matter. You're scavengers.
Is he always like this annoying? She says as she looks at at the Barlin.
I don't know if annoying, but he speaks his mind.
Well, we do as well, and yeah, sure, you did your thing over here. We did too. We just killed a haze husk. So, like, I don't know what your deal is,
5.
but yeah, and you're weakened. So if you don't back off, we'll finish you up.
You finish us off.
As she says weakened, he throws the he casts the chaos bolt.
You do?
Yeah.
Okay.
And Felix is also
Like these
looking
people.
at them. They're trying to rob them.
Cool. And I didn't think we were gonna do a party wipe this early.
What level are these people? I feel
dice-
like they gotta
sorry,
be like
the-
level 5 at least.
The dice has decided how I play.
Fair enough.
Oh my God.
It's gonna be tricky against level 8, but you can try.
Level 8! We're gonna die. They all have like 40 hit
I'll
points.
give you the chaos ball. So go ahead and roll your attack.
Oh, honey. You
Flies
missed
past.
it.
But
So
you
it
know,
just,
no,
so it flies. Yeah.
right past her head, and you know, without losing face, he was definitely aiming for her in his own mind.
That is
But
a
with-
warning shot.
Yes, exactly.
Warning
Like
shot.
he instantly charges up his hands again.
And I'm gonna say, like I said, he's a little bit of a hothead, but
I am
imagine that hitting
definitely
you-
not weakened.
Well, it's like totally. If he wanted to hit you, he would, and he would have hit you right in the face. I don't think either one of us want to be fighting right now.
So Delilah steps in front and she's like, okay, listen. Creepy magic and stuff. Like, no need. Listen, tensions are high. I agree with Smart Guy. Tensions are high. We've had some losses. You've had some losses. Listen, she looks down the hole. Can we have one crystal? Then we'll go. Fair enough. The rest is for you. There's a lot in there. Just one.
I don't like people trying to rob me.
I
Felix
think
is still looking very agitated.
Can I see that? Can I see down there from where I'm?
You're standing a little further ways away, so if you get closer, you can. If you want to get closer, you can definitely see that there is a bit of a glow coming from this hole.
I'm gonna say it's like, I think since you did kill one of the husk, I think it's only right that you get a small portion of it. But of course, we get the majority. I think that's a fair distribution. I walk closer to it to look down in there to see what she's seeing. And what do I see when I look in there?
There is indeed a whole bunch of delirium in there. Looking down there, I'm quickly looking up the exact number. Let's see. If you look down there, at a glance, you'll notice that there's different sizes of crystals down there. There are about 10 delirium chips, which are like small ones, about the size of your finger. But you notice that there are 3 delirium fragments. And the fragments are bigger. They're like, an actual crystal. They're probably worth a lot more.
Let me guess. You're going to want one of those big ones, aren't you?
If you're going to give us, but your buddy seems agitated. We'll settle for a small one at this point. Like, we don't want
Fair
more
enough.
fighting.
Go for it.
They
She
take
looks
all
at
of it
the-
and leave.
She looks at the rest and she's like, is the rest of your group in agreement? I don't want to bend down and like get a firebolt in my neck.
Oh, I speak just for myself, but I totally I think you've
He remains
Maybe-
he remains frozen, like ready on like unhinged on a hair trigger, like with
to-
fires slightly tingling and crackling with energy.
I totally think it's ready in case you change your mind, but I don't think we need to do that.
Guys, let's just not make it any more difficult than it needs to be, she says to her party. So she bends down and she just pulls loose like one of these small fragments.
Can
She looks at
I
it and she
see
says,
is she wearing a glove, or is she like, is that direct skin contact?
no, there's no direct signal. She's wearing like a metal
damn.
glove. Yeah.
Because that would have
She looks at
definitely made me smile.
She looks at all of you and she says, it's better than nothing. Sorry if we caused any aggression. We didn't mean to. Like, we need to watch each other over here. I hope the fire will protect you in here. Flame guide your path. And she steps back. For those of you inclined with the faith, you know that is a message of faith. Flame guide your path is sort of the God be with you kind of thing.
Doesn't it?
As I go, I say maybe we can work together in the future.
Who knows? We're almost always in the ruins or like in Emberwood Village. Sometimes we're also at Ackerman Mill. Maybe we'll run into each other there.
Hopefully, better circumstances. Y'all.
Yeah. All right. Hey, goodbye now. And they turn around, walk away. As they do, they completely miss Elodie, like over there in the shadows.
Yeah,
They
That's
don't
what
see
I
you.
thought. I was like pressed. I was about to say, like, if they look at me, I'm pressed against the building. Like,
I
I'm
love you.
trying
Just
to
you just like, yeah, that's what I thought. Get out of here.
That's what I fucking thought.
from
Leave!
from the shadows, nobody can see her, and she's just sitting there like, yeah, that's what I said, man. Get out.
Get the fuck out of here.
So apparently there is
okay.
rivaling parties that are equally interested in whatever you find in Drakkenheim. You do well to remember.
And they have
that.
their own Felix.
They have their own Felix.
Our Felix is best Felix, though.
There can only be one.
Definitely top Felix.
Top Felix.
So as I already just said, looking down this hole in the street, it seems that there is indeed a cache of different crystals down here. There is still 9 delirium chips down here, which are about the size of a finger. There are 3 delirium crystals down here. They're definitely a lot bigger and probably worth a lot more as well. They gave off most of the glow from this hole.
Well,
How are we going to split this up?
I think we definitely should take these back. So I mean, why come in here and do what we did if we don't want to take these? So how many?
Anyone have
There's 3
gloves?
3 big ones and
3 big ones and 9 small ones. You have no
9
idea what
small.
these are worth.
Okay.
Will Toldy have an idea of what these are worth?
It's you. Have you ever looted delirium before, Tony? I think you might have once or twice, like a chip, maybe. Huh?
Yeah. But I mean, he would have been around from
Never
the very
seen him.
beginning, so he would have definitely been like at at least heard the order talk about like the value of them.
Yeah, that would make sense. So this is worth like a lot of money, and the bigger these crystals get, the more worth they are. You will know totally from hearing from the Amethyst Academy that one of the reasons why bigger crystals fetch a bigger price is not because just sheer size, which obviously is a factor, but recent research has indicated that the bigger the crystal, the more exponentially strong the crystal gets. It's not directly linked to its size; it's an exponential growth. So 10 crystals bound together of the same size of a larger crystal would be way less powerful in terms of magic than a singular large chunk.
Okay.
That is why they exponentially get more valuable as well. You do know these small ones, so the delirium chips, are worth about 10 gold each. The larger ones are probably worth a lot more.
Well,
size-wise, they're about the size of like 5 chips.
I think we should definitely. Nespep, what were you about to say?
Yeah, I've got tools and everything. If you want to, I can start digging them out carefully.
Yeah, I think I think we should just go ahead and take them and maybe discuss how we divvy these things up or what we're going to do with them. Not in the middle of the street in this creepy place.
We shouldn't stay here
Think
for
we-
longer than a few hours
No.
anymore.
Yeah, let's get these and then let's head back to town.
All right.
And while everyone is collecting them, Felix would take the time to clean up all his weapons and nets with some prestidigitation, just to be to look immaculate when they return.
I love that. Nespip, you negated one of my questions that I wanted to ask, because the delirium chips you can literally just like break off and there you go. Anything bigger usually does require some time and tools, but you're an artisan and you have your tools with you, so that totally negates the question: how are you going to excavate these? Because you're going to excavate them. So you can take all of them with you undamaged.
Nice. Should I carry them for now, or?
That works for me.
Uh,
I trust you enough after this fight.
Yeah, good job out there, guys. Good hustle. I say as I come around this the whatever that wagon
Broken
is.
cart?
So it was. And how do I do this?
If you want to have all of them with you, you can write down 9 delirium chips and 3 delirium shards.
I'm just wondering how I add multiple ones in D&D Beyond. That's
The easiest is to add like all the way below in your inventory. There's like a little note option where you can just add like extra stuff, basically as a written message. It's easiest to put them down there because you're probably gonna like sell them or whatever.
okay. Then I'm gonna delete the one here. Figuring it out. Didn't do much inventory last time. There. Delete, and where is it in inventory? And
In inventory, let me see. If you go all the way down, you have an option to
other possessions.
Yes,
I
that's
guess.
the one.
Okay. So 9 chips and 3 fragments. Or
Correct. Yeah, there are 9 chips and 3. What was the official name of it again? Like I know which one it is, but just to make sure which one, what the name of it was. Let me see. Delirium fragments. That's the one. So 9 chips and 3 fragments.
okay.
Now that you've taken these with you, what do you want to do? Are you going back to Emberwood Village?
I think we should probably
Yeah.
should.
Yeah.
Seems like a good first
Yeah.
expedition.
Yeah, as we want to come here, get lay of the land, see what's going on, see if we can find some crystals. I think we accomplished that mission.
Made a couple of Bortle enemies, it's fine.
So the only question I have while you are retreating back to Emberwood Village with a bit of a cache on you, do you roughly take the same approach exiting the city as you did entering the city?
Yes.
I think
So,
so. If anything,
like Atoli would
sneakier,
definitely
now
do
we've
that.
seen- yeah, now that we've
yeah.
seen how bad these things are, we're definitely sneaking. At least I
All right.
am.
You will not encounter anything today when you are reaching Emberwood Village.
Ooh. God bless.
As you come into the city, you will have left relatively early today, as you left just after breakfast. It is a couple hours walk into Drakkenheim and out of Drakkenheim. So factoring that in, plus the time you spent in Drakkenheim itself, I'll say that it's afternoon as you come back. So you will have some time to look around, shop around, whatever. That, however, will be next week.
Next
time.
week.
But
Boo-boo.
before we close off, your first foray into Drakkenheim is a dangerous one. It is one where people die. You guys, however, did not. You passed with flying colors. And
Wait,
not
hold on.
only did you
People
survive.
actually die?
Oh, yeah.
People die
Yeah,
on
this-
that first battle?
Yeah.
It can go very wrong with the
The battle was close.
A couple of solid hits and it's over. And these creatures will not stop punching until you're dead. So it can go quick.
Yeah.
But you survived with flying colors. You did very well. And not only that, but you also found your very first cache of delirium, making your mark as adventurers in the city and the outskirts around that. People will start taking you a lot more serious now because, well, you went into the city and you didn't die.
Yeah,
Moreover-
bitches in the tavern.
Yeah.
Moreover, and this is something to consider for next week, because I imagine at some point you're going to do a long rest again to just recuperate. But in preparation for next week, I'm handing them out very quickly in the beginning, and after this, it's going to take a little while. But you get your second level up to level 3.
Whoa!
This is
Level
fun
3
again.
already?
Yep.
That's insane. So
You either start
probably-
Drakkenheim at level 2 and you get the level 3 after this mission, or you do the caravan, you get level 2, and then you do this mission, you do level 3. From here on out, it's going to take a little longer, so don't get your hopes up.
It wouldn't have been this fast either if we had gone to the Red Lion Hotel, the Chapel of Saint Adina, or the Watchtower and stuff like. This could have still been like 2 or 3 sessions out.
Absolutely, yeah.
So we just chose a good time.
Yeah, exactly. And you have done your first foray and you survived. So yeah, that's warrants a level up. From here on out, it will take a little longer. It's not impossible, of course, but it won't be every other session.
Yeah.
I wonder.
So I would say prep your level 3. Again, you will get it at long rest, but I don't imagine you're going to fight in Emberwood Village because that would not be the smart thing to do. So you feel free to go ahead and add it to your character sheet for next week.
I have to pick my archetype.
The level 3 is the big one, so do take your time in picking what you're going to do.
I'm
I
getting used to
finally
it.
I finally get actually a spellcasting focus.
Yeah, you can actually start doing things.
I mean, I have a
That's a strong word.
I have a
Oh, yeah,
free
no,
wand,
fair enough.
apparently, but like doesn't really.
Oh, I guess I probably should have mentioned this, but Rangers do have spell casting focus, and I was using that as my bow's got feathers and shit on it, so that's the focus.
As a ranger, that makes perfect sense.
Okay.
So we can do the level up on D&D Beyond, and you will just import it at the next
As I
long
did today.
rest.
Yep.
Sweet.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, I hope you guys enjoyed it for today.
Yeah.
Next week, I
Definitely.
do wonder what you're going to do from here, because this is the railroady part of Drakkenheim. You're going to go in, you're going to do that first mission, you're going to get out. From here on out, it's all up to you guys.
Woo!
Right.
So-
We're gonna
So
chase the squirrel.
excited. Yeah, we're gonna chase the first squirrel we see.
With golden eyes.
Well, I mean, this is an interesting proposition. Like, this is something to think about, right? Like, you definitely do that in character as well. But like, it makes sense. You go to Emberwood Village because you want to see Drakkenheim. Okay, so you've seen Drakkenheim. What's going to be your motivation from here on out? What are you going to do now? Get more delirium? You can, but like, what's going to be your motivation?
Nothing.
now?
Number one was like, I'm done, going home. All right, see you later. That was it for me.
I see some shit, man. Like,
I'm
We're getting
retiring.
a
Fuck it.
survived Drakkenheim short.
I came, I saw, I defeated some things, and now I'm good.
Got a pretty crystal. Going home now. It's great. It's good. Spring break.
You come back with a new
15
character. Your character didn't die. He just was smart and left.
Spring break 1563. All right, completed.
Woo! All right.
That would be funny if I just came in this week and he loads up some random dude y'all haven't heard of, and it's just like, what happened to Barlin? Oh, he left here the night. He's done.
He's done.
Alrighty. Thank you all for playing, and I will see you guys next week.
Bye,
Great.
bye.
Bye.
Yeah, have a good
Bye.
Bye bye
ya.
now.
All right, Chet. I'm gonna go on a short break here, and then might do a little bit of Phoenix Point again, or I might not. I'm not entirely sure just yet. What do you guys feel like? Anybody out there that's still chilling, hanging out?